Hello everyone and welcome back to another month of the KWCC. I am your host Kaiju X, and with me today I have Fat Bacon Unicorn, John Wayne, also known as Alex.
Fuck off.
We have Nagoda sitting there. We have Nat typing away in the comments, and there. We have Birdman, Dinosaur Cuck, and GVZ the Grayshot. Hey, how's it going?
I am not Grayshot.
Greetings.
I'm kind of surprised you're here. I thought you'd be like extra late by like an hour. To be fair, you're not actually late this time. We started early.
I honestly thought because I read your message in regards to being like, oh yes, 30 minutes from now at 3:32, and right now it is 4:02. So I thought I was on time. So
yes, no, you technically are on time. We just started like 10 minutes early.
No, 2 minutes late.
How dare you? How dare you?
So gosh darn it.
Grayshot's the definition of white. No wonder why his favorite Toho film is King Kong Escapes.
Shit.
It's not. That is not my favorite Godzilla film.
Yeah, it is. It's a Toho film, not Godzilla film.
A Toho film. Okay, for me, there's not really much of a difference. I watch Toho for Godzilla movies.
Oh, hey, Grayshot's here.
Called Your Name on the Side.
Alright.
I still think Grayshot's the definition of white.
Damn.
Oh, blasted. Alright.
Listen, just because when I walk outside in the snow, I am the more reflective of the two, that doesn't mean... That means nothing.
You're just digging your own snow grave.
He also puts the fighters at the grocery store.
I truly am the palest gray.
I can hear you. Oh.
Anyway, oh gosh. Yeah, we have Joe, Birdman, Nat, Nagoda, myself, Alex, Grayshot, and Fat Bacon. And we'll get this ball rolling.
Grayshot's so white he thinks eating at KFC is cultural appreciation.
Dig blasted. Anyway.
Okay, so you guys don't hear any fans or anything on my side? No?
Nope.
Nah, you're good.
Not really. Or
okay, because I'm right next to a computer and a 3D printer, so they're a bit loud.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything, or if it is there, it's just barely.
Well, next up, we have KWC Match 277.
Yes, let's get to the KWC match for this derail.
Guys, I think for the sake of King Caesar, we should not look over 8. Because Kaiju X is gonna hunt him down.
Golly, all right, 277, 277 actually.
I'm still trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we're actually starting on 277. That's our first match for the evening. We'll go from top to bottom and go from there.
When Grayshot eats at Panda Express, he thinks he's eating the finest Asian delicacy on the planet.
Gosh,
Actually, first off, there's a place called Bonchon, which is pretty good in regards to for Chinese chicken. But secondly, I've been to many places like Hot Plate, and they are quite delicious.
Oh gosh. Anyway, we have let's get this train rolling. We have Gigan and Megalon versus Destroya versus Gamora, written by Hayes A. Jones and banner by Landon Soto. Bacon, what'd you think of the match?
I thought it was fun. Nothing really to say. I like how Gamora went and tried to save Megalon. That was pretty cool. Brutality was nice. Also, was this like a sequel to something? Because they were giving little hints that it was.
Yeah, I believe there are a couple little hints inferring that's like a sequel. I think it's a sequel to which one was it? 120? Destroya versus Gamora. I think it might be.
I think that's 120.
Yeah, I believe it was 120. Yes, it was 120.
Yay.
It was kind of like, I think it's kind of like a loose sequel to that.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was a loose sequel to 56.
I think it might be that too. So it's like,
It's so good that it's interpretive.
You bring your own interpretation to it.
Okay, Christopher Nolan.
But yeah, I think yeah, all right. Well, do you have any specific highlights that you recall from the match, or
No, for now.
All right then. Great shot. What'd you think of the match?
For myself, I thought it was actually pretty good. This is an older match that I had. It is. I actually had this since when I originally got this from Titania. There's a few of them, but it did require a little work for me to do the editing, which is why these are taking a little bit longer. Regardless, the banner by Landon was pretty top notch. For those that don't know, I'd given it took him like a while to make this one, but I think it really works. Like the monsters, the good shadow effects, the lighting is good. I think Destroy is a little too lit, but regardless of that, I think all the monsters scale wise and size wise look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the ending with Ultraman coming in to save Gamora. Destroyer still wins. But I like the fact that you think, oh, Gamora finally has the advantage, because this is how he kills Destroyer is very much how he did in his Destroyer versus Gamora match. The one that was like a sequel to Destroyer versus Godzilla, the actual movie, or Godzilla versus Destroyer.
Yeah.
I like the fact that in this situation it didn't work. It just Destroyer just reformed like, okay, now what? But overall, the Megalon and Gigan got some good deaths. I will say good deaths because, yes, they were going to die. But, as long as they have solid deaths, A-okay on my part.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Destroyer just being this absolute heavyweight and just wrecking them all with some personal highlights. So, yeah, some good grammar, some good descriptions, some solid action. Nothing too remarkable. Like, there's nothing... I thought they'd play more with the Greek setting than it did. But... alas, it did not. So yeah, nothing too remarkable, but not bad. Solid KWC. I would say that maybe some of the Kaiju deaths were not funny to me, but were definitely solid.
Not how you said it, boy.
Alex, what'd you think of the most recent match, if you read it at all?
Well...
What?
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay.
But I will say it looks like fire's coming out of Destroyer's knee.
I can see how that could go. I'm sure that's from the explosion of like a little trail coming up, but I could totally see how the reverse could be true.
Yeah, because there's like a line coming up to his knee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could partially see that, but I know that's not the intention
what
either.
The fuck?
All right. Yeah, what I'll say about this match, it's been a little bit, so forgive me if it's a little hazy, but the match is kind of is just a decent all-around tussle between the three. I think it's like, sure, Gigan and Megalon lose, but I think there's something Great Shot said in the forums. It's like, like one, as long as the deaths are memorable, or surface the story of the match, then okay, fine. But, it's also like, even if they lose, they're still being used, so... I don't know what's better, to lose a whole bunch of times, but, you get a lot of matches in, or to win a select few, but don't get a lot, it's like, yeah, I used to think like the latter mentality, but now it's more like the former, where it's like, I don't care whether you win or lose, it's just all a matter of, as long as the story's dynamic and nice, and it doesn't matter too much. But with all that said, yeah, like the match itself, nice and brutal, a solid one from Hayes, which this is probably the first one we got from Hayes in a good long time. And I know Great Shot just said this is an older one. Well, it's obviously like, oh yeah, this definitely would have been more of a Christian era match. It's like, it's still fine. It's still serviceable as a KWC. has its good moments in there. You know, it's something I can't really add up to. I will say I love the banner from Ultimate Ditto. I think the monsters are blended in really nicely. Like even if there's a lack of foreground material, it's like, you know, you kind of get a nice open field with big mountains in the background. All the kaiju are relative to scale. It just looks really nice. Yeah, this is just a really good banner from Ditto, and you know, a little bit of Megalon horn and a little bit of explosion. Yeah, just turned out really nice. Good job, Ditto. You did a really solid job with this one. Nagoto, what'd you think of the match?
Hello, is this thing working?
Yes,
I have it on push to talk right now. Okay, match was pretty good. Finally, we got another team up between those two. Really like the banner though, the explosion, the electric things, and how it's kind of alludes as it's a sequel to the Gamora versus Destroyer one kind of thing, or something like that, right? Or was it, which one was that alluding to?
Yeah, well, 120. I think 120, 56 are the two it's alluding to.
The sequel.
Okay. But yeah, the banner is really good looking.
Alright, let's go down. Nat. Okay, sequel to 56. Alright. Nat, what'd you think of it?
It was okay. Nothing amazing.
Alright.
It was just a match, like,
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to say about this match. It's kind of basic. It hit all the beats, but it wasn't really there for me. It's solid 8 out of 10.
Alright.
Come on, you son of a bitch. Look at the fucking meme.
I saw it, you huggers.
No, I refuse.
Anyway, alright, Birdman, what'd you think of 277? What are your thoughts on it?
Was an okay match. So, but it provides a good bit of action. So basically, an average match.
Speak up.
Yeah, you're a little quiet, dude.
That's fine. I'm only doing fast now. Where my microphone. So I don't know where to.
Okay, I did not understand
We're losing you.
every single word you said.
Oh man. I'm sure we'll be able to hear him in post anyway. But yeah,
It's an EVP.
Dig blessed. Let's see. Joe, you didn't read the match, did you?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh, dig blessed.
That's the spirit.
Fuck you.
Alright. Do we have any other additional thoughts for 277, or are we going to migrate over to 278?
Gormora fucking dies.
I will say that is probably the biggest shocker is Gamora loses, but I think he's been on a losing streak as of late.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, I remember when everyone was like, Gamora OP, he wins every match, and now, oh boy. Sorry if you're a fan, but oof.
Now can we get King Kong to
I
win?
mean, he has good fights. Again, a match shouldn't be determined by who wins or loses. It should be determined by how you get there. It's like a journey.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's oof. Poor Gamora.
Poor Gamora. Bastard finally gets what he deserves. In the words of the Joker, you get what you fucking deserved.
Oh gosh. Spoilers. Anyway. Yeah, I think with that said, that'll be enough for 277, and we'll be hopping on over to match 278. Crystalak versus King Caesar versus Goliath versus Orga. Another oldie from Thomas Eckert, written by Thomas Eckert, banner by myself, and Well, let's start from the top. Bacon, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was fun. But was that an old match? Because Orga won how he wins every single time.
Yeah, like I said, an older match for sure.
No order. I don't think it was from the original start. But yes, I do believe this was one that is a few years old.
One of the first ones I got.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing Goliath.
Oh, hey, Alex, you might want to mute yourself. We can hear you typing, man.
Yeah. Your typing is louder than your mouth.
which is a compliment among itself.
All right, but yeah.
I like the banner that you made.
Oh shoot!
That was really nice.
With everyone else lambasting it, it's nice to get a compliment. That's just an exaggeration. Don't mind that.
Is it though? Is it really?
Is it really?
I thought the match was just fun. It was nice seeing some monsters that aren't really used that much, especially when one of them is about to get retired.
Mm-hmm. Along with the
Poor
other.
Crystalak.
Wait, what did you say?
Poor Crystalak.
Oh. Crystal X just exists.
Wrong purple monster there, buddy. Alright.
Wait, Orca's not purple.
Yeah,
I mean, once
Goliath.
he takes a chunk out of Crystalak, I guarantee he is not his grayish color anymore. Actually, come to think of it, that'd be kind of... I mean, after he absorbs all these monsters, you gotta think, like, the weird color that he's gonna have. He's gonna look like, do you guys ever watch the show Ben 10?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you remember Kevin 11 when he just would look like a hodgepodge of different aliens with like different color schemes? That's what I imagine Oregon must have looked like after the end of. I mean, maybe not so much with not Crystalak, with King Caesar, but with Goliath and Crystalak. I mean, the blue and the pink.
Oh,
he was a bright purple.
Oh, right. I could see that.
Ew, who the fuck watches Ben 10?
I mean, the original
I
one.
do.
The original show, I will say, was good. Was it great? Nah, but it was good fun.
Right. Good
It was
fun
just
for
made to sell toys.
It was, and I was happy with the show.
Just like every 80s television series that
Yeah.
ever aired, man. It's all made for sells toys.
Ted-
Transformers, Thundercats, Space
Joe.
Knight, Bob would all like to have a word with
Your
you.
mom?
Yes.
Ben
You
10
brought
was
that up
something
to
Yeah,
crazy.
Free Shot's mom sells a lot of toys to catch my drift.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
For cosmetics, yes, but no. Regardless, for this match, I actually like this setup. Having 4 completely unique monsters in this battle, I thought all of them were brought in organically. Crystalak wanting the power of the crystals, King Caesar being awakened, Goliath coming in for the power, and then Orga also coming in sensing biomass as well as the power. I thought it was a good setup. The battle itself, again, like the last one, I don't think it did anything unique. Orga absorbed monster DNA and became like a combo. I think King Caesar's fighting technique was a good combination of the two. Yeah, it did slant more toward like the old version, but I still thought each monster had their own little moments, but there wasn't anything like standout.
Mm-hmm.
But each had a good, satisfying death. King Caesar being like the last monster on the field was kind of endurant to his character, being basically the punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I will say is I don't know what is with writers, but I think everyone just wants the maiden of Okinawa to die. Because that is something I also noticed in this match and like the previous
it's
match.
Simple. It's simple. KWC writers hate women. That's why they hate the new
We
Star
might need
Wars
to sit
and
down and have a
Captain Marvel.
talk. We might need to have a sit down and have a talk with Thomas, and as well as who wrote Gigan versus King Caesar.
Who was it? That one was Patrick.
That one was a hat trick. Okay, we need to have a sit down and speak to Patrick and Thomas, being like, guys, listen. We need you to go through a seminar.
Kill the maiden of Okinawa. This guy. He's actually
because her
part of my series. This guy.
No, yeah, but a lot of good action.
Because I'm progressive. This guy.
No, but a lot of good action. I kind of wish the spaceship. I think this was also a fault of like us as well, Kaiju X. But like the spaceship just gets, it's like brought in. It's like, oh, what is it gonna do? And it doesn't really play that much of a factor. Like,
right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I saw the spaceship in the match. I was like, oh, I'll add that to the banner. Oh, it's gone instantly. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Definitely a sign of an older match where it's like, oh, look, a nifty thing the monster can use to assist himself. Oh, it's gone now.
And it's never talked about again.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think this is the best for Thomas Eckhart, but I think it was still a good match. Yeah. I like the monster combo, and I think the ending was Orga getting a win. Wow, yeah, understandable considering he basically became a combo. Definitely worked out. Also, for being a Goliath match, since Goliath, rest in peace, or as Alex would say, rest in pepperoni.
Rest in fucking pieces.
I don't think it did too much to highlight him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think this match was meant to be one of his end. You know what I mean? It wasn't meant to highlight Goliath. It was like, oh, what cool monster can I add? Let's go with King Caesar. It was like a whole bunch of toys. Mm-hmm. It's like a Super Smash Brothers. Like, I have these 4 toys, throw them together and see what happens.
Yeah. That, you know what? It kind of feels like that. There is a strong element to that of like, you know, throwing monsters together and just having fun with it. And I think that's what I kind of like. You get a really oddball combination of monsters that are like, why are they all fighting here? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Guys, we all know Kaiju X was just spinning his narrative because he made the fucking banner.
Oh, yeah, don't you know I was paid for this?
Yes, I pay him in endorsements.
Yes.
And exposure.
You pay him in sex.
Dick blast.
But no, regardless, bad jokes aside, I would say out of the two, I think I like 277 a smidge more because I think the monsters worked. I think that like all the monsters worked together a little bit better, but this one was still good.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this one. This one has a nice.
I will say I think this is a case where I will say the match is better than the banner. Andrew, you did a good job, but I think the crystals were a little bit overkill.
Yeah, I did want to highlight a certain like a crystal, like heavier crystal component to it. I think I might have overdone with the crystals, but the purple, I think, like I know Crystalak himself has more going on when he's glowing, and I should have put more extra effort into that. So. But, you know, yeah, I can't say this one's my best banner, but, you know, not everyone can produce A-tier quality. Sometimes you just need that B-tier dip before you go back to A, so.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So. But, yeah, like, no, the match is fine. The match is perfectly fine. You know, yeah, perfectly fine. What can I say?
I guess that means, Alex, what were your thoughts? Or you didn't read it?
Oh, we could go now? You weren't busy taking up all the spotlight? Yeah, I remember reading this a long time ago, and I thought it was really good. I was really campaigning it for it to be posted, and now it finally got posted after 4 years.
Yep.
Now campaign for the sequel.
Will say I do kind of echo everyone's thoughts with the repetition of names. Like how Crystalak, King Caesar, Goliath, their names kept getting used instead of, you know, other descriptive means. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fight's pretty solid. And that's all I have to say. Just a really good match.
Alright.
Oh.
Wow, a shocker. Alex actually has thoughts on the match. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, I kind of gave my thoughts with the earlier discussion, so I think we'll be alright there. I don't need to hog any more time than I already have. So we'll just go straight on to Nagoto. What do you think of the match, my dude?
like everyone else said, names got repetitive. It was okay. Once again, they killed off the Azumi priestess person.
All because everyone at the KWC
don't
hates
worry.
women.
The seminar will be taking place shortly.
It'll be taking place live after the podcast. And when the podcast is uploaded.
Banner is okay looking. The crystals look a bit weird, but then I'm just not used to seeing them being purple. So,
you got a problem against purple crystals?
Are you fucking racist, Nagoda?
Anything else, Nagoda? Or
I don't remember much else about this match.
all right. Nat, what'd you think of the match?
Those are match. Once again, it's kind of average. Though I did like the opening scene with Chris Black destroying the Shrine Maiden. I thought that was pretty epic.
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 It was
A
epic.
movie by Blue Sky.
Yes, epic.
Epic movie.
It was kind of average, but I think it's a good send off to Goliath. A good send off to him. Well, one half of a send off. Since at that point, I think he was retired.
Yes, you are right.
And the next match is a retirement match.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is good for his second to last match. This was good for him. I'll miss him.
Alex won't.
Goliath.
Goliath fucking dies.
Good.
Good.
No one gives a shit about that Z tier kaiju. I'm glad they're fucking retired.
But all right. Yeah, if that's all you had to say, Nat. Birdman, what'd you think of it?
I read it before, so I wasn't really that like surprised when it was decent. It could be better. I'm not sure this version has like
We can't hear you.
alter anything. Because remember, like the original one I read was like not great, but I feel like it could be better. It repeats names way too often, so like that drags it down that way. It needs to use them more sparingly, so like repetitive.
I couldn't hear him.
No, I could hear him that time, kind of.
Oh, that time.
Just my microphone on this thing. It's a very good microphone. But anyway, yeah, those are my.
All right. But, and Joe, what'd you think of 278?
I read it. I actually did read it
Oh,
a long time
all right.
ago. A long time ago. In a place far, far away.
The end is nigh. Repent. The end is nigh. Repent.
And I thought it was decent. Pretty fun. I liked the Orga monster at the end. And, yeah. It was a fine match.
Alright. So.
Goliath fucking died.
Well, he'll die again in match 279. Yeah. We'll hop on over to match 279. Ultra 7 and Daigoro versus Black Moth versus Goliath. Written by Matthew Williams and banner by Dao Zhang Mao, aka Nagoda. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but alright.
Damn, Kaiju X, being racist again.
Yeah, well, looks like we don't have Bacon here at the moment, but, you know, he has company over, so he can't really do much.
Damn.
Gray Shot, what'd you think of 279?
So so this one was definitely a more story-centric, and we have everyone's favorite supervillain, Dr. Malik. In this regard, I thought this told a very interesting story. I like how the fact that Ultra 7 and Daigoro were more so allies of convenience. I always love that. when he comes in trying to save the world and he basically tags up with another monster because obviously Daigoro is a good monster, but like him coming in and basically being like, okay, I can work with you. And, you know, the common enemy thing first with Black Moth and then Goliath being awakened. I thought it was a nice progression of the story. I thought the battles were solid. I liked the fact it went back and forth very nicely. And being the final match, I thought this also worked best with their characters. Goliath being obviously evil and Daigoro working with a value of justice. Or person for justice. So, overall, I don't think this was the best match for them to go out on. That was me being an idiot with Daigoro versus Goliath.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Already don't say I had no idea.
Because they know.
That one was my bad. But I thought Matthew Williams did a fantastic job with this one. I think the banner at the 2 was the weaker element. Nogota did a good job when it came to the effects and adding all the monsters in, but I think maybe it was just a little too much and not enough like blending with some monsters.
Yeah,
Ultra 7 works, Goliath works, Black Moth I think works.
Black Moth could have used a little bit more sharpening.
Actually, I think the blue works because it's so close in frame that you see all the monsters in the background. But then it doesn't work with like the Batman and stuff. Like their angles. So those are my issues.
All right. But yeah. All right. If that's what you have to say with 279, we'll leap back around to Bacon real quick. What'd you think of 279?
It was cool. I liked how Ultra 7 and Daigoro teamed up. I like the banner. The environment looks really nice. It was just a fun match. I enjoyed it. Don't really have much to say.
You never have much to say. Anyway, just kidding.
That is factual.
It is factual. Yes.
You aren't wrong.
Alex, what'd you think of 279?
Okay. The banner is pretty good. I like it. I do think Black Moth could have been added a little bit better. Maybe remove some of the front of the Batman in the foreground. Other than that, really good banner. Oh, and I guess there's match. Didn't read that, or I don't remember if I read it or not.
I guess there was a match.
Also, at least one of the Z tier Kaiju loses, so. But unfortunately, there's a fucking Ultraman in there, so that sucks. I guess the best one by default is Black Moth. Which sucks. Oh, look at as we only want to write with Godzilla Kaiju or Ultraman Kaiju or Gamma Kaiju. We don't want to give any mind to the lesser known Kaiju, even though they're pretty fucking interesting. Look at me, I'm a KWC writer. I write Godzilla stuff.
Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, I will have to say, I really enjoyed the story to this match. I think I really enjoyed the story element of it. I do have to say, though, this went through a lot of editing.
Damn.
Because, yeah, I think, depending on the story, present tense works, but much like my older matches, Matthew Williams has a really bad habit with the present tense writing, and it's like, hold on. So, I didn't mind going through editing it because I liked its story element. I really did like it. There were some points of repetition that I tried to get rid of, or just kind of, write over a little bit. Nothing too intrusive, I hope. But no, but other than that, I think the story to this one's, exceptional. I really like the way things sort of progress. I like how things kind of escalate from one thing to another to another. The utilization of Goliath's one-time use snowstorm thing was, a really nice. That was a really nice hazard thing that made the fight all the more. That kind of made the fight more enjoyable. That's it. Also comes to my understanding that Ultra 7 himself doesn't have a weakness to cold. Dan does, but not 7. So it's like, oh, oops. But no.
I was gonna say, yeah, I read that. And I was like, does he have weakness to cold? I could have used it. I mean, I kind of hinted with that with like the meteor freezer, but I just assumed that would just freeze him more so than actually like, you know what I mean? Like the monster itself, it would just like anything frozen by that would be like weak to it, quote unquote. Right. Like if it hit Godzilla, he'd be frozen up. But like I didn't think he had an actual weakness to cold. Don't Ultraman have like an immunity to electricity? Isn't that like their thing? It's like immunity to electricity. And that's really like their only like environmental like the only thing that really plays in like environmental hazard, like fire affects them normally, water affects them normally.
Yeah, we'll let okay, Ultras do you have a weakness to cold or anything that disrupts their ability to absorb solar energy. Alright. Oh, okay. I could see that.
Noted.
You learn something new every day. For me, it's relearning something because, gosh darn, it has been a good, solid couple of years since I had an ultra nerd geek down. Or however you want to say that. But I really, like I said, editing this was fun for me because I get to enjoy the story as I worked along. But yeah, editing this was a tough pain. I probably missed a couple things, but you know what? Oh, 7 is affected more because he absorbs it directly from his solar protect. Oh, okay. Alright, so he technically does have a cold weakness. Alright, so this match was not wrong. I thought I saw someone complaining in the TK forums about that, but I was like, oh, okay. So it is, like, he does have that. Alright, cool.
If anyone will complain about Ultraman accuracy, it's Birdman.
When you
God forbid we get one minor detail wrong.
Wink.
Fight me.
That wasn't Ultra 7 in the match. It was an Ultra 7 from an alternate timeline.
Oh gosh darn it.
Also, to be fair, everyone complains on the forums.
You know what? Fair enough. Anyway.
Because remember that one time in Match 96, someone used Ultraman Jack or Taro or whatever the fuck it was for Ultraman, even though they looked exactly the same?
Gosh darn it. But no. No, this was a fine, this was a fine match all around. The banner, I do like I have my problems with it. I feel like Black Moth is a little too blurry. It's a good pose for Black Moth, but it's a little too blurry. More sharpness tool would have been nice. But I think everything else about it, I think is fine. Though it is a little hard to discern the background because of all the snow stuff. But that also can't be helped. So,
We're not violent. I'm a pacifist. I'm gonna peacefully pass a fist into your fucking jaw.
Dick blasted. What was this?
I don't even remember that.
I don't even remember that either. Nagoda just pulled it out of nowhere. Alright.
Damn.
Sorry, Joe. You can't be violent. I'm sorry, man.
Damn.
But no. But yeah, other than that, though, like, this was definitely an enjoyable match once all the editing stuff was finished. Golly. But yeah, like this, I think this was worthy to be on the KWC. It just had to go through a lot of tinkering. And yeah, that's about it. Nagoda, what did you think of the match?
Okay, so my thoughts are the only time Goliath ever got to use his weather powers was in his retirement match.
Yep. Hey, once is better than none.
Yeah, and also for the banner, I kind of just threw a bunch of those guys in there just because I thought I only found pictures of them I think the only ones that actually work would be the ones around, like the ones flying around Goliath's head, maybe. But the other ones were just thrown in there.
It fills up the. I don't care what Great Shot does. No, it fills up the front of it nicely, if you ask me. So I don't have too much of an issue with that.
Yeah, the fun part of this, of making that thing, was somehow trying to make Latitude Zero winter.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everyone seems to forget about Latitude Zero's one important detail.
What's that?
All the women wear skimpy outfits, which is why it's the perfect place to go to.
Take class.
That's why you liked it, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what'd you think of the match?
It was a good send-off to Daigoro and Goliath. Mostly Daigoro signed this match to me. It just felt like he was working better than usual. Especially with him and Ultra 7 having some good synergy. Other than that, it's just like a good send-off to them, I guess. It was basic for both of them, and they worked in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Although I enjoyed the story too in this match. That was a nice bonus.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, and can we also make note again, just that way no one forgets, this was the final Daigoro and Goliath match. They have been old yellered out of the KWC.
Yes,
so
they have. We have retired.
Luckily, there is a KWCE for them.
Yep, pretty much.
The what?
The what now?
The ugly redheaded stepsister, you know? The one that nobody talks about.
Hey, that's not true. There's at least 2 people that talk about it.
3, get it right.
Okay, I apologize.
Wait. People talk about the animated?
Oh gosh. But no, yeah, this is the last match featuring Daigoro and Goliath, and originally Gray Shot was going to be like, oh, let me put up 279 first. I was like, wait, don't. I wanted to knock them both out in one fell swoop. This was the perfect match to do it, with the hindsight that we didn't have Daigoro versus Goliath to do that with anymore. So, you know, that helped. But no, yeah, this is the final match starring these two monsters. Rest in pepperonis. May they not be missed. Anyway.
Press S to spit.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, S to spit. Oh, okay. No, you actually took that literally. Anyway. Anyway, we'll go on to say... Who's typing?
Oh, sorry.
Great shot. We just got on Alex about this, and now you two.
Grace.
But no, Birdman, what'd you think of 279?
I thought Daigoro and Goliath's balance was, alright. He did good. Yeah, I like the team up with Daigoro and Goliath. The character felt believable, and I originally thought, for some reason, when I first read this, I thought that Black Moth and Goliath had teamed up, but to see that they actually didn't, I think they fit good to like Goliath's character, and it adds extra dynamic to the match. I do find it a bit sad that finally it's Goliath's final. What's the word I'm looking for? What I'm thinking for, it's not going to me, but it's a bit of a we actually get to finally see that ability again. Again, it's a good send off to Bradley. At least they've had a good run. But for now, sayonara. See you, Space Cowboy.
I still can't understand him.
Don't worry, Alex. I'll try and boost the audio in post.
Listen, he's British. No one understands him. But luckily, Kaiju X can slow it down, and he can understand it.
Is that
word by
why
word?
We won the Revolutionary War. The British couldn't understand each other.
They blasted. But no, but yeah, no. It was fun to have Dagger and Goliath while it lasted, but not everything doesn't last forever. Farewell, old boys. We will see you another time, suppose.
Now get the fuck out.
Let's see. And then, Joe, did you read 279 by chance, or is that an A?
No.
Okay.
Good.
I don't want to read a Goliath match.
You know he's gonna die the same way.
Did he die the same way?
I don't think so. I think he got knocked out. Like, his horn was, they hit him on the horn because it was a sensitive point, but they didn't break the horn off.
Gotta clap for that. Gotta clap for that originality.
But yeah, no, yeah. Farewell, Ultra 7 and Daigoro. Alex would wish it was Farewell, Ultra 7. No, Farewell.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Farewell, Daigoro and Goliath. You will be sorely missed by the, one person who likes you, and that is Soul Godzilla.
We should really drag the Ultra Kaiju and the Zilla Kaiju out from their homes and burn them at the stake. Or at least do some public hanging. I miss those days.
Gosh.
As Hank Hills once said, if we brought back public hanging, none of this would be happening. I'll tell you what.
Oh, gosh. Alright, and with that said, I think we'll probably migrate over to the final KWC for the night. Match 280, which is our annual Christmas match, apparently.
Yeah. Annual Christmas match.
We'll put that in quotes.
Yes.
We have Anguirus, Baragon, Godzilla, Junior, Gorsaurs, Kamunga, Manda, Rodan, and Varan versus the God.
Ew.
How could this possibly go wrong? But no. We have our Christmas match written by, I will mostly say Tyler Treeshock and Vincent Roger, with a little bit of help from me and Harley. I had forgotten to mention Harley.
Yes, I would have thrown... I can edit that in.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You'll see a mistake edited live.
Maybe not live. Maybe after.
Well,
maybe
no.
Maybe a little bit.
Right. Anyway.
No, we all know that you, Kaiju X and Greyshot, you're both sexist, and you're just doing this to stop a
How am I
controversy.
sexist? I can't Gorosaurus, the two, I would quote unquote say Bailey is more on the island.
You know, Greyshot's not very progressive either. He killed off Gorosaurus and a child.
Okay,
He killed off Paragon and
to be
Baron.
fair, I didn't kill them off. They were just beaten.
Yes.
You should have killed Baragon and Baron, let Gorosaurus and Junior be in the prime condition.
Gosh.
To be fair, okay, so they quite nearly were. But yeah, sorry, I'll let Fat Bacon Unicorn start.
Alright.
Oh my god, I think Bacon did it to spite me.
Bacon, are you available at the moment, or you still got too much company over?
He's muted.
I know.
Okay, then.
Alright, in the meantime, until he gets back, Greyshot, what did you think of 280, or what sort of, intel could you think of? Where did this come from? What was the inspiration? Blah, blah, blah. That's
Okay, so, basically this match was someone, or essentially Nick, wanted to do something special for Christmas, and I was like, oh yeah, definitely. And very much I was thinking about I went through my matches. They really didn't have anything Christmas related. I was going through and thinking, what could I do? Because they didn't want to do a repeat of the Baragon versus McKinney Kong last year. So I was like, I got it. I'll bring back my Christmas match that I wrote years ago, and I'll just update it. And that one was this exact match, all the same monsters. Minus Fire Rodan. It was Rodan Hesai. Or not Fire Rodan, Rodan Legendary. But regardless, it was basically the same style, but I couldn't find a digital copy. I couldn't find it on the TK forums, and it actually fit their physical state, so they couldn't get to it. So I had to rewrite it from scratch, and if I was like, well, I'm not going to write the same match twice. How can I make this with a unique style? And my answer was, I'll do it in rhyme. And then I very quickly realized, oh god, what have I done? Because a lot of the monsters don't rhyme. A lot of the actions don't rhyme. So I was like, oh, well, god. There were some awesome lines that I came up with. Primarily, there was one with Godzilla that I was so very happy with, which was the other monsters ready to assist, but a thunderous roar stopped on their stride. Godzilla would end this renegade not out of necessity but pride. I was like, yes!
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes. I love that one. There's some other ones that are really good that I liked. There were other weaker ones, I will admit. And I did try to make this match shorter. So that is why monsters get like one hit in and then, that's it. Because I couldn't afford to write it longer. I just had to like go. And that very much was my mindset from the beginning. Vincent did come in and help out. He added a lot of the Junior and Gorosaurus fight. I just edited a little bit to just bring it in line. But yeah, no, otherwise, this was a very fun match to write on. It wasn't so much as directly Christmas themed as the previous one, but it was very much of like helping others, good nature. It had themes of, it's like Die Hard. It has themes of Christmas on during Christmas, but it's not like not beating you over the head with it.
Right. Like, it just has a certain winter theme. Something about rhyme, like poems and rhymes kind of has a certain Christmas element to it. Almost like a, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. No, wait. Was the Grinch told in the rhyme? I can't remember.
Don't you mean How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Okay, first off, I didn't steal anything. I borrowed.
Stole our sense of wonder.
But no,
my innocence.
Yeah, the match itself, I quite enjoyed. Also, I think having Dagara in the match was pretty good because it gave a monster that usually does. It's like the comic Godzilla Cataclysm when they picked Destroya. It's like they picked him not because they were tired of using Ghidorah every single time. Like, let's give a monster that hasn't like been a villain a little bit of a spotlight. And I was like, Dagara, yes.
Mm-hmm. It was really nice to see him. It was really nice to see him be kind of like the central main bad guy going to come up against the Monster Islanders. And I will have to say, if I can give my thoughts and opinions real quick, I really did enjoy how it's like, how the heck is he going to fight 10 plus something monsters? And it's like, dividing the team into two with the first set of 3, then the extra set, and then, Godzilla coming in last. It's like, oh yeah, that works out fine. That works out really nicely. It's all paced in such a way where it doesn't feel overwhelming, but it's also just kind of like, it all flows nicely together. Like, it didn't feel like it was like, oh, this take forever. But no, this was a really, really solid match. I'll probably give more my own opinion when it comes to me. So, I will also say on behalf of Fat Bacon, because I guess he can't speak at the moment, is this match was fun to help with. So,
yeah, I appreciated his help on it.
Okay, so yeah, Bacon. Alex, what'd you think of it? Did you have a chance to read it, or?
I had a chance. I was offered the chance to help write it, but while I was honored, I don't know. Rhyming's just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, I thank Grayshaw for offering it to me. But like I said, I couldn't really get to it because, well, 1, college was kicking my ass, and 2, again, rhyming's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it probably would have been better if I sat this one out. But yeah, it was a fun match. I really liked the unique take on it with the rhyming. It's kind of like a conversation Harley and I had a while ago. Unique is better. New and unique ideas like first-person point of view and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
New ideas instead of the standard 2v2 or 1v1 or 2v2, whatever, with little story except for the fighting. But that's not exactly 100% true. This was mainly monsters fighting, and it's unique. Again, with the rhyming.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of Gore Sourcet and Godzilla Jr. losing, which should have been Baragon and Varan. I really liked it. Just a shame that some people just had to make the two shitty kaiju win.
Well, they're up and about. Like Gore Source is seen at the end, and same with Junior. So
Yeah, but he didn't get the win. That's
He
my
didn't,
problem,
he didn't
Buckaroo.
win. Technically, Godzilla's the one that ends the fight. Technically,
Right.
I will say, I was like, what happens if all the monsters tag team? I was like, Dagara took like, I swear, it felt like a half hour of punishment from Leo. I think he could survive like 5 minutes after monsters are turned into him. And I was like, what? And I was like trying to think of like, why would the monsters all back away? I was like, oh, what if they had a plan? Kamunga. They knew Kamunga's poison could kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So they just wanted to hold him down so Kamunga could deliver the final blow, only for Dagara to be like, please, I was born in the toxic.
That I love.
You barely adapted it. I will say I just now got inspiration for a Dagara with something to do with Dagara for Christmas with my AU series.
Ooh, okay.
Since it's
You're gonna have him
since
eat
the red
Hedorah,
Christmas
aren't
scourge.
you?
Wait, what'd you say?
You're gonna have him eat Hedorah, aren't you?
Oh, sounds sexy.
Ew.
But yeah, I think everyone can still agree that the coolest thing about Dagara came from the fucking novel where it's the red Christmas scourge.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was like, yeah, the friggin' a spin-off book material did more with Dagara than the actual movie. Anyway,
And actually made him into a threat by essentially
killing him.
ruining a holiday.
Oh yeah. Right.
And, polluting the ocean from his death.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fantastic utilization on the novel's part, but
At least we could all say Dagara's a Godzilla kaiju now. Even though people say Dagara has the worst Rebirth of Mothra movie, at least he could give Descador and Grand Ghidorah the middle finger, because he's in a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, and he's unique, I will say. Like,
he's
all poor.
Yeah, I mean, as terrible as all three of them are, at least Dagara was the best utilized.
oh yeah, totally.
And actually felt like the most of a threat instead of standing in one place. Or at least had a reason to be. Or at least had a reason to stay in one place for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, can we all appreciate Birdman's skill in rhyme for just a moment? Just to appreciate it, man.
Bad connection on my end. I'm afraid that none of us possess the time to invent and put down our reviews in rhyme. Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that first part. It was meant to be the other two. Yes.
No worries.
Well played, Birdman. Well played. Let's see. Yeah, I think...
See, I could be nice to Birdman.
Yes, you can.
It makes him happy for 3 seconds.
And then misery returns to us all. But I did want to go in more and say that I really enjoyed this match, and the banner was kind of a fun work in progress, because it was like Gray Shot told me a thing, and then things kind of, it was like, oh, okay, these monsters are in it. It was like, here are the monsters that are in it. Set on Monster Island. Go. All right, great. And when I go out making a banner, I usually like setting, like, what's the first thing that comes to my mind? Oh, okay, it's this. Or, whatever works for the background I want to go for. It's like, oh, okay, there's this jungle environment. Okay, I could put Dagara right there and have the sun illuminate his figure. That'll look really cool. I get done with it, and it's like, oh, hey, Andrew, Titanosaurus isn't part of the match. You can get rid of him. I'm like, ugh. So I get rid of him. And he also says, hey, Andrew, it's also snowing? I'm like, ugh. So it's like all extra fine-tuning that I had to...
How to torture your second in command in 2 requests or less.
Yeah. But no, it's like I usually like having certain details up front from the get-go, because there is a specific image that comes to my mind when these things kind of occur. But it's like if those are the quests that are needed, then it's like, all right, I'll make sure to just fine tune it to where it feels appropriate. Make sure everyone's like tinted a decent color of blue, and have a nice little overlay to give the whole thing a more blue greenish feel. So that way it feels like winter. Add the extra flurry of snow. So unfortunately, the cool Dagara effect I had is kind of diminished from it, but it's still there. I'll probably have the original version. You guys should be looking at it. Oh, it is truly a blight to deal with Kaiju X's terrible eyesight. 10 out of 10. Dang it, we should have Birdman writing this one. Oh well. But no, the banner for this one was fun to make. I will say that. So I think my biggest challenge was just trying to position Godzilla, because it was like, making him big, making him small. Oh yeah, changing the Rodans out. That was because the original one did have like or like an old one, like a prototype before the one you're seeing here. Like had the Heisei Rodan. I was like, oh okay. And it was like,
I have to ask. Not a criticism or anything. I'm just curious. Why'd you have legendary Rodan instead of Heisei Rodan? I assume you wanted it to be closer to the show.
Because I thought he would be a little bit more unique to write with. He could be a little bit more distinct when it came to like when I was writing Rodan, I was like, how do I make him distinguished upon all the other monsters? Like especially like flying monsters. I was like, well, if I can rhyme a flame bird. Like I can use the fact that he like is superheated. In more ways, like the more unique the monster is, the more easier it is to write it in rhyme. But if I just wrote it in Heisei, it might have been. I thought it was gonna be a little bit worse, so I just like, well, I mean, we got access to him, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be like kind of cool, like him hanging out on Monster Island. I know Heisei would make more sense, but I was like, it's cool.
No, I agree. I think Legendary Rodan was the better way to go. Mm-hmm. And actually fits more closely to Showa, since he doesn't have the fucking uranium, right?
Yeah, and he has much more tooth and claw. Because that's the other thing I wanted is like Godzilla very much feels like he is the heavyweight of the island, and Junior still can fire the ray, and Baragon can as well. But I kind of wanted like the abilities of the monsters to be limited, which makes Dagara that much more threatening.
Yeah.
Very much in like, okay, well, we don't really have anything to put this sucker down except Kumonga's poison. Because if it would have been the uranium heat beam, it could have been spammed to oblivion. We all know from the movie that wouldn't work. But for the sake of the story, they don't know that.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just skip that part. Just do Fire Rodan to have him like getting, skewered and burned by all, like the monster's claws and teeth. And then have them playing of Kumonga coming in, and then all taken by surprise when Dagara rises, like mockingly laughing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say real quick, that sequence with Kumonga getting the stabs in, that was a great little sequence. Like trying to depend on Kumonga, and then the reason why Dagara survives the ordeal is also just as organic. It's like, oh yeah, I eat toxins, I eat pollutants. This stuff does not work on me. That's fantastic. That's probably one of my favorite bits of this whole match was that Kumonga sequence. It was a really good way to highlight Kumonga and make him feel useful to everyone else. So,
yeah, I also liked the kind of like the rhyme of it in regards to like 6 strikes, pierce flesh, 6 dosa, poison ensured the kill, 6 monsters a minute to cry victory, then felt a startling chill. Yeah. Like I liked
that was so good.
Like, using those like little moments. Yeah, I like those were like my favorite times when I was like rhyming. Where was it? The other one was like, teeth shredded open flesh, beak shattered bone, mandible siphon fluid, the dead began to like having like describing like each different monster, like where you can picture like all the monsters like descending upon like the feast at the end. Like little things like that. Those were like my favorite moments when I was like writing it. Least favorite, I think personally for me, I thought the ending was a little weak on the rhyme, but excluding that, I love the action. I love the fight. Godzilla shooting his spiral ray down Dagara's throat, quote unquote, satisfying his ravenous hunger. I also quite enjoyed. But yeah, no. Otherwise, I don't think this is my best match, but I really enjoyed the unique spin on it, and I hope everyone had a very merry holiday. Not just because of this match, but for your family, friends, and the joy all of you probably received reading this match, of course. Not just you, everyone else. As you gathered around the computer to read my KWC. Truly the greatest gift anyone could give.
It's our KWC.
Our KWC, gosh darn it. And Harley's too.
Man, you guys really hate women. God damn, it's with all the KWC writers. They hate women. No wonder why they kill the Okinawa maiden every time. They must really hated her singing.
To be fair, that was like the one point of the movie everyone doesn't like, so it's all suppressed rage they're putting out on this poor woman.
No, and it's also it's also essentially the same as people wanting to kill Mothra because they're still too salty about the ending of the Mothra versus Godzilla because they can't grow up.
Well, don't you know that's why the larvae have been repressed for the KWC? They would just keep winning.
And they also hate Monkey because he won.
Monkey bad, giant lizard good.
But no, and another little rhyme from Birdman. It's too late to recruit me. That time has passed. That you didn't approach me leaves me wholly aghast. That's good.
Damn.
More ketamine. I require. I must.
But yeah, no, I really...
Just please.
Yeah, this...
Angered Allah, I have.
But no, this was a really enjoyable match to read through, and yeah, I kind of tinkered with... Harley and I tinkered around with a couple areas to the best of our ability. And... Yeah, funny enough, when I got the match... because my brother and I were the ones kind of responsible for posting this match. That's why there isn't no, whatchamacallit. That's why the hyperlink doesn't have a summary to go with it, because, you know, didn't come to mind. I do have to say, there were a couple of mistakes I did catch, like Gullet was spelled wrong, and there were 2 Verons early on. It was like, you know, you got the first part where it's like, Baragon, Gorosaurus, and Veron searched for food to no avail. Then the stanza after that said, Kumunga, Manda, Rodan, Veron slept in ravenous yearning. I was like, wait, are there 2 Verons? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's the child. That's definitely what I meant. Yes.
Totally. There are 2 Verons in the KWC.
Always 2 there are. No more.
So I just simply, just a couple of minor edits and adjustment. That's all. Okay, so I know they're 2 in the Showaverse, but, you know, didn't want to confuse anyone by saying it's like, oh, where's the other Veron? You know, where'd it go? So even if that was purposeful, that was just something I didn't want to risk. So
yeah, touche.
No, I meant the highlight.
Bacon, you're a little quiet.
Oh, sorry, I was responding. I thought it was really fun working in the match. I didn't really do much, but it was still pretty. It was just cool. Banner you made's really nice. I like. They all look like they belong.
Thank you.
Like it's nice. And gonna be honest.
To be honest.
Oh, shut up.
TBA.
When I saw the link pop up on Christmas Day, it was kind of a weird feeling because I've been reading these, and now I'm a part of it. And it was a really weird feeling having something that even you helped beyond something that up to. I'm really glad I got that.
Aww.
And not gonna lie, Christmas Day I was kind of holding back tears because it really means a lot to me that I'm even on the committee, that I helped something that.
Hey man, again, we're all listen. We all there, and we're glad you could be a part. We the KWC is all meant about inclusion, trying to get writers to write their best material and a celebration of it, whether it be in match form or maybe even like animated form on occasion.
Absolutely, even though
or in this case, rhyme form, or poem. But no, yeah, that's all. That's the entire reason why we do what we do, is to celebrate and to enjoy the work of others. So I'm glad that you had that reaction, because honestly, it's a reaction I had when I first had my match posted. And I hope you get that feeling many more times as people are able to comment for, again, pointing your criticisms and noting your accomplishments on the site.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I think, it's really nice to be able to, I'm glad you had that feeling about that. It's really nice to, start. This is just the beginning, too. I'm more than confident you've sent a couple matches in already, and those will be posted in eventually. But yeah.
So, welcome. You're welcome officially into the club since you have your first credit.
Pretty much.
Even though the moment was kind of ruined by you guys saying honestly.
Dick Blessed and Alex.
To be honest.
Gray shot.
Yeah, to be honest.
Alex, I will send you to the Shadow Realm, I swear.
I'm already in the Shadow Realm. Why do you think I have to be
lives
here?
in it.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
The world where 164 exists is the Shadow.
Don't you know that 64? Every time 64 is the cursed matches, because it's 64, 164, and 264.
I can't wait for 364.
Still living it, Birdman.
Send him to the Shadow Realm.
Alright,
already
fine.
there.
I'll send you to the Doom Dimension from Bakugan.
Oh, damn.
Okay, I'm still there.
Fuck.
But yeah, welcome aboard, Vincent Roger.
Every day's a living hell. I just take a shitload of Ambien to tolerate it.
Oh, so it's like Wilson.
But yeah, let's see. Oh gosh, where were we? Oh yeah, Nagoda, what'd you think of the match?
Nagoda's dead.
Oh, I didn't realize it. Nagoda.
Damn.
Nagoda. Oh, he's typing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Nagoda, come back. Oh, you can blame it all on Kaiju.
Hey, don't you be luring my son with candy towards your white van.
Listen, that if we're talking about Toho, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. Gamera, dun dun dun, dun Gamera. He will lead kids to his van, touch them like no other can. Please don't tell on Gamera.
He's getting Toho and Dai mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not Toho.
That I did close enough.
Hey,
by the way, that is copyrighted by Death Battle for Godzilla vs. Gamera, just as a note. Please don't
you have
sue
a new
me.
best friend. Grayshot's being racist as well.
What? It's not racist.
Hey, you're being racist.
Racist.
How?
You essentially said all Asians look the same because you couldn't get Toho and Dai. Didn't know the difference between the two.
Between the Showa and the Heisei Gamers.
Of course I do. One's bankrupt and one's not.
Whoa. Are you hearing this, motherfucker?
I don't think they are. They went out of business. Their phone stopped working a long time ago.
Are you guys hearing this racist cracker? I don't like this. Joe, let's get out of here.
I mean... Oh, thank God, he finally left.
Alright, Nagoto officially says that he liked the rhyming and the banner looks great. Thank you, man. Nat, real quick, what did you think of 280?
I'm gonna type
he's
my
gonna
thoughts here.
Alright, so as he types his thoughts, Birdman, can you give your thoughts? Oh, never mind, he just did. The story was great, the action terrific, only the loss of Gorosaurus makes this match horrific!
It makes it better.
I'm not gonna lie. Gorosaurus going down the beginning. Listen, I gave him a good kick, but I was sad that he did go down as well. He's one of my favorite monsters too.
Then why'd you make him lose?
No.
Because I can separate my like from a story perspective.
The
Gorosaurus
kick should have broke his fucking spine.
Hey, a good story would have made Baragon and Baron lose.
For like the 20th time in a row.
Good.
Well, Gorosaurus isn't dead, but he was just KO'd. Nat says, it was good, I guess. I didn't feel like Gorosaurus deserved to die. He didn't. At least Dagara was basically made into a mincemeat pie. Oh. That's why he said, he did a thing.
Dagara pie.
Yeah, no, he just fell unconscious. I mean, he shows up at the end. I guess I don't think actually I used him afterward. But no, he did not die. That was not my intention. He just got some barium down his throat. He foamed a little bit, but don't worry, he always comes back when he foams. I'm pretty sure that's just him playing possum.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
God, Grisha and Kaiju X are being racist.
So I'm glad
they probably would have loved being on set for the birth of a nation.
Oh, damn.
But no.
Can't wait for Eva01 to join us next Christmas.
Maybe.
And...
Don't you dare try to change the subject. We gotta address your racism.
In the first session,
we all know that both of you wanted to be Klansmen in the film.
No, I don't. Why don't we
just fit perfectly with the cops?
No.
Oh God. So, does anyone have any final comments about the match itself?
Right. Does it?
Please?
Wait, Joe.
Anyone?
Joe.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Does anyone have final comments concerning match 280?
How Dagara died reminded me of the
2014 film.
Yeah, the kill.
Shinji and Eren fight over Christmas gifts, and there's a mistletoe.
Oh no!
No.
Sounds sexy. And very progressive.
No.
Joe, are you saying no to the match or to
He's just saying no to everything.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Alright. But yeah, no, I think that's all our thoughts. On the last note, I am going to say, Alex, you're going to hate me for this. I'm glad Baragon for round 1. I'm also glad Kamunga...
Fuck you.
I'm also going to say, I'm glad Anguirus, Kamunga, Manda, Rodan also won.
Although that's coming from a... I'm not surprised because that's coming from a racist.
Wait a minute.
Rodan and Varen are symbols of hate.
Guys, I think I just realized something.
What?
I think he's something worse than a racist. I think he's a hypocrite.
Oh my gosh!
You wanna know why? Because remember at the very beginning, he's like, guys, because everyone just uses the popular monsters. And the moment a popular monster dies, he complains. Hypocrites!
I wouldn't say Baragon and Varen are popular. They just suck.
No, they're not No. Gorosaurus and Junior are popular, and they lost. And you are ragging on me for that.
Still wouldn't say Gorosaurus is popular because he's only been in 2 films.
Oh, he's popular.
He is popular relative to everyone else here. You know what, man? Do you know which KW committee reads matches have well over 1,000 views? The Gorosaurus ones. So you tell me. You tell me.
Doesn't one of them have Godzilla? Wouldn't that be the case?
Well,
but the other one, there were a couple Gorosaurus ones that didn't have Godzilla.
I think that's mostly for the miles.
Also, isn't there one with Zilla because somehow people love him?
I think there was only like...
So really, those matches only have views because of other monsters, not Gorosaurus.
I'm more than confident it's Gorosaurus.
I agree with Andrew completely.
And if Gorosaurus was the reason for the popularity, wouldn't all of them have over 1,000 views?
No, because sometimes who he's versing isn't very interesting.
Right. Well,
yeah, but it's Gorosaurus. That's what we're talking about.
Right. Well, I'll have to double check to see which ones have like the higher view counts relative to the others. But I'm more than confident the highest ones of the committee reads all have Gorosaurus in them. With the exception of match 38, I think that's the one exception.
Oh, the exception, not the rule.
Well, that one.
I think he's versing like Jet Jaguar or someone, so that kind of makes sense.
That one only has high views because that was the one that I was introduced in.
Hey.
Yes, Leo should die more embarrassing deaths because it's from the author trilogy.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no. Regardless of that, I think that's pretty much it for everything we've said all our thoughts on the Christmas and the final. Again, stressing this is the final match of 2019.
Correct.
The final match of the decade is a Christmas rhyming KWC. Who would have guessed that?
You're totally right. You know what? You are totally right.
I still like Nathis's idea better. Shinji and Aaron
Gosh darn
fighting for Christmas gifts. That would have made for a better finale. Oh, it should have been a double feature.
How dare you, sir? He did no wrong. No matter your say, our love for Gorosaurus runs strong. Aw.
I never said he was bad. I just said he wasn't that popular.
To answer your question, Nate, I have no idea what the time frame is for Heisei's death or retirement.
Both. I mean, they technically mean the same thing in some respects.
I mean,
right now, Heisei's death is probably going to be early 2020.
What about Ghidorah?
I would say Heisei Ghidorah is probably going to outlast her. Probably mid 2020.
Yeah, one of them is going to be early 2020. The other will be mid 2020. Right now, that's the estimate because we have monsters coming in, monsters leaving, so it just depends on the matches I received, quality, how other things placate or work out. But yeah, no, I am trying to aim for that's when the matches should. ASAP for those monsters. Regardless, regardless, though, I will say the next KWC is gonna hit later. It'll be in the 10th or something of January. So you got some time before the next one. In those time frames, the survey and the awards, both of them are going to be hitting in the next few days. Yes.
So I will say, if it's the match I'm thinking of for the 10th, you guys are in for a treat.
Yes.
He is right. It's Gorosaurus versus everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I figured, the stuff, I eagerly anticipate. I know what the match is coming out on the 10th is. All I could say is I'm kind of excited for it. I am really excited for it. I think we're going to start off the new year and the new decade strong.
To quote Luke Skywalker, this is not going to go the way you think. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not spoiling anything. I don't think anyone's going to expect it. I'll just say that much.
All right.
First monster 2020.
No one's going to expect it.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
It'll be the biggest surprise.
Oh, hey, Ultraman.
It's Ultraman Jack.
Ultraman versus Zone Fighter on the committee reads has over 1,000 views.
Ultraman Jack off?
Yes.
Gosh darn it. Yeah.
Actually, I got a bit of news and update from last.
All right.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
Remember said about Toho possible some of Super Eyes Ultraman movies? I might have.
What was that? Could you repeat yourself? You're still quiet.
I think he's mentioning the new Shin Ultraman movie that Toho's going to have a hand in.
Yeah,
I think
Toho has a hand with that one.
Which would be awesome. I listen. If there's a Shin Ultraman and it's popular, and I wouldn't mind adding him in.
We'll see. I think that's...
No.
Well, who knows? Maybe Shin Ultraman will be the Ultraman to change Alex's rugged Shadow Realm heart. I mean, you'll never know.
Listen, it's the same guy who did Shin Godzilla.
True.
And we all know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's right. Eden.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
that's awesome,
last section where we talked to Toho distribute some of Super Eyes other movies. Okay, yeah, he has an update on that. Tell us the update, because we could barely hear you.
Oh, no.
Match 38 has 2,000 views now. Oh. Interesting.
2,000 memes?
No, 2,000 views. The one where King Kong has the Tokyo Tower shoved up his butt.
I'll tell you that much. It was certainly a white Christmas for that match.
Zilla versus Gorosaurus has 2,000 views. And then there was the 5-way one with Gorosaurus in it, with Gamora, Mary Sue Gamora, that had like 1,000 views.
Remember old KWC where Gamora had to win every match?
Yeah, remember that? Good times, right?
Those were the dark ages.
I'm pretty sure it's just delayed reaction. Like, people get tired of Monster winning. They're like, I'm going to write a match. Therefore, it keeps the popularity, but he still loses the match.
Yes.
I mean, he still is involved. Therefore, that one's like, he keeps losing. What if we had him win a match? And it just repeats the cycle.
I bet you guys would be losing your shit if Shin lost a match. That guy.
Not at all.
Be
Honestly,
in our hearts.
I think Shin is the easiest Godzilla to beat, in my personal opinion. I think he'd be the easiest monster for another monster.
Well, it just kind of depends on the outcome, really.
Yeah.
Or the very kind of like, again, Shin has powerful weaponry, but yeah, he does have that cooldown, and it doesn't. And it seems like a lot doesn't hurt him, so it just depends who it is. That's why I'm hesitant to say that Shin is the easiest to defeat, because there's still a lot of variables and a lot we don't really know about him.
Yeah. I don't think it's a lot we're going to be able to learn about him unless there's a Shin sequel, but that's going to be highly unlikely. Okay,
Hey, here's
what Birdman has to say real quick. None of this is confirmed, still just rumors, so take it with a grain of salt. So that's the important disclaimer here. But the leading story is that with the next year being Zero's 10th anniversary, Subaraya and Toho are going to redistribute the Ultra Galaxy Legends movie. Is that
a big movie?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going from someone that doesn't know too much, so I'm guessing it's a really big.
Yeah, I think Ultra
Galaxy Belial movie, I guess.
Yeah, isn't that the first Belial movie and Zero's first movie on top of that? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Zero might be a little bit dependent, but Belial, I wouldn't. Getting KW. We get an actual villain.
I know Harley would be happy if we excluded Zero. Get him out of here. Get that scrub out of here. Yeah, I want that Belial meat. That juicy Belial meat.
That juicy shack meat.
Well, no, I understand Belial was like a planet cracker, but like if you pair him with a lot of the other Godzilla monsters, he's not too far outside the range of possibility.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
So Zeton, Bolton, Eleking, Gyros, Myth, Phileas, there and Gore.
Gosh. Wait, was Gyros in? I don't think Gyros was in Ultra Galaxy.
Golza? Okay, here's the thing. I would say it might mean that some Ultra monsters that we have in the KWC might be rotated.
Right. Which I wouldn't be opposed to.
We like rotate some of specifically, not the original Ultraman because he is untouchable, but I would say probably maybe some of his opponents.
I wouldn't mind shifting out Bemular.
Bemular is the one I'm thinking of.
Get rid of Gomora. No one wants his whiny
ass. No. Gomora's the one monster I would argue has a bigger shadow over the KWC than even Ultraman. I think people really like using him in regards to his powers alone.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, that would make EX Gamora available now, too. Yeah, that's right.
No. Oh, no.
Match 56 played the long game.
Yes.
But no, friggin', oh, gosh. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to, if the Ultra Galaxy Legends movie is the movie that's being redistributed and it's under Toho's, under Toho distribution... Oh boy, we have a lot to talk about. KWCC, but me and Alex are dying in the background. But again, this is just a rumor. We don't know anything for sure. Oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, I'm actually sweating a little right now just thinking about
EX Gamora versus Super Godzilla. Question.
Yep, that will be a possibility if this is true.
When the world wanted to tremble, the two titans are.
Oh gosh.
that the entire Zero trilogy will be distributed, or some next gen stuff will be released, and said, okay,
Right. Well,
I mean, listen.
We'll see.
The reason why I think Belial is a good choice is because, in regards to the monsters, is because he's an actual opponent from Ultraman that is actually a tier above some of our monsters, which I could give Bagan a run for his money, which I like. I like having a more humanoid, just pure destruction kind of idea, because you could legit have everyone versus Belial and it would work out, or you could do Grand King Ghidorah and Space Godzilla versus Belial and still have it
evened,
not too crazy. Yeah.
Right. There is a certain sphere of he could just challenge everyone, and it wouldn't be too out of character, too out of question to have those abilities in question. So we'll probably have to tone it with Arc Belial. I'd probably be hesitant on adding that.
Oh gosh, no, yeah, just normal. Planet busting. I was joking.
Right. But yeah, for me personally, that's kind of exciting.
Very cool.
Exciting to hear. I am looking forward to see if any of this turns out to be true or not. If it doesn't, then okay, that's less of a headache for us to worry about.
It'll be a celebration of none of these stupid Ultra Kaiju get in.
Alright. But yeah, oh boy. Yeah, that will be for another time, though. That will be for another time.
Can I also just say, I really want someone to write versus Belial, and Belial just stomps him. I am so tired of him absolutely wrecking every monster he comes across.
Who? Baggin?
No, Ikusagami.
Oh.
It's Tsuno Ikusagami. I am tired of him just walking through opponents. I always love it when a monster that just has this nigh unstoppable just getting crushed. And yes, while I might use the monster in that way, or monster might be used, I like defying, being oh, you're the ultimate warrior of good, please.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's some fun to be had here.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
Make Kamima's kick Belial's ass.
You're quick, gang up on him. We'll win. Anyway.
No, perfect match. Have Manila kick Belial's ass.
Gosh darn it.
Yes.
Anyway. But yeah, that's
actually a monster I think that could beat Belial. It'd be funny if they had just Kamunga, and Belial just accidentally gets hit by the stinger and just falls over. It's technicality.
Gosh darn it. Anyway, but yeah. That will be very interesting to see. Let's just see what comes of it first. Let's see if there's any truth to that come 2020, which really isn't too far away. It's kind of crazy to think that it's just right there. You
know what the funniest thing is? I am only 26 years old, and starting in 5 days, I will have 4 decades.
You will what?
Boomer.
I have lived in 4 decades.
Whoa.
Boomer.
How?
Because
90s, 2000s, 2010s.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, same with me.
I mean, that's pretty much a lot. I'm guessing it's a lot of people in this age group.
Yes.
So actually, here's good. Was there anyone here that was born in the year 2000 or above?
I think Nagoda.
Anyone here?
Oh my God, you sweet summer child.
All right, so Nat and Nagoda are apparently 2000. 2000.
Ah, okay.
And I think Bacon's around their age.
I think Bacon is around
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
you just made me feel old. I hope you're proud of yourself.
No, wait, hold on. It would be me, Birdman, Joe, Greyshawn, Kaiju X that are in the 90s.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, but otherwise, so some quick announcements on my end. So yes, coming out, both of them are. So we have a KW.
Can you see the next year?
Background information, new monsters you want to see. And we're testing the waters on some things, seeing what you guys think. obviously some monsters are already planning to hit the KWCs, so these, if what we ask might not be for a while, they could be soon, who knows. But I'm going to be gauging interest in new monsters, gauging interest in monsters you want to see eliminated is the best way I want to describe it. Like condensing, like giving a list of 10 monsters and seeing, would you like list the monsters here you would actually want to get rid of, like something like that.
Right.
So like trimming the list maybe a bit. Obviously survey questions and like what they usually have, like new things we can do, things of that nature. But do you guys have any questions or things that we should be we should test with the audience? Because the next KWCC, I think we'll actually have some results for it.
Yeah, well, the next KWCC will be later in the month as well, just because so we can gauge the results.
The next KWC is Kino.
Well, yeah, the next KWC is going to be Kino. We're talking about the next KWCC, which is going to be later in the month. Oh gosh, Birdman! Don't make me think about it.
Birdman, I already have a child. He's in the call with us. So it'd have to be my grandchildren.
Well, same principle.
Yeah, but he says kids, not grandchildren.
Well, grandchildren can be kids.
They're not my kids. They're his kids.
But yeah, very
No. Your kids and my grandchildren
like
would
seeing
be
as
Deep
Toho
Space
should be-
Nine.
Seeing as see if locations these movies.
fully, yeah.
Okay, that is something we can look at. So like asking like, what types of locations do you prefer? Like Godzilla / Toho, more mainline. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good question to ask. Yeah, like mainline. Would you mind being more experimental? Like, could we set it in fully coolly, which is I know is partially Toho produced. Akira is actually another one we could set it into because Toho distributed the film. I would actually like to write a Godzilla like KWC match in the Akira world. That'd be cool. For another time.
Before it blows up.
Yeah, before the world ends in 2020. I mean, but no.
I still like Nathas's premise of Shinji and
Gosh darn
Eren
it.
fighting over Christmas presents under the mistletoe. I think it's a very progressive match.
Gosh darn.
And I think more people should be progressive like Nathas.
Anyway, but yeah,
I want that sex.
Gosh darn. Anyway, let's see.
Because if match 14 could do it, then so can we.
Actually,
So
you know what?
we're getting the KWC XXX, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I also want to make mention, before I forget, yes, we have mentioned the KWC awards and the survey will be going up. I assume the first.
Yeah, the first or second, but they'll be right in the morning because and these ones should be different. So they should have a different style to them, which I think should improve them a bit.
Yeah. In addition to that, the KWCE awards will be going up on January 1st, hopefully early in the morning. That depends on when January... Oh, that's a Wednesday. I might do it. I don't know. Depends on how work decides to treat me that day, though I don't think that'll be an issue. But no, yeah, we'll have a KWCE awards going up on the 1st. You have all of January to do it. There won't be a match there because I'd like to focus on just the thing. So...
hold on. Nathas just asked about skins for actors in Baragon. I still propose that Kaiju X that we should bring back his skin idea that listed on each bio for the monster because people don't realize they could use Anger's 55 for Anger's. Because remember that one? It was a few years ago. You were trying to do skins have 84 listed as a skin for Eyesight.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we should bring that back for the monster statistics section, for the site, so people would know.
The reason why the skin thing didn't work for the KWC was because they were all individual images, and the images kind of took up a lot of space. Damn. 2014 is technically skin now. Yes, it is. So the issue wasn't the fact that we wanted to do it. We really wanted to highlight that, but it just didn't work.
He crashed the site one too many times.
Pretty much. That's actually what happened. That page kept crashing because of the amount of information that was up there. So yeah, we really couldn't. So yeah, that's why.
Why not?
That's why that element was repurposed for KWCE. So.
Well, we should put it on the commonly asked questions page for the site.
Oh,
then.
yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, just list all the kaijus for skins, like Anger's is 55 and the 68.
Or G84 or G84 for Heisei and whatnot. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, G84, Burning, and Super.
I know Super makes mention of it. It's like, oh, you can use Japanese or American for Super Godzilla. I do remember making mention of that, but yeah, I totally wouldn't mind having a separate FAQ thing of like, oh, are we allowed to have the forms or whatever? It's like, oh yeah, sure. I know we technically have that for fake Godzilla with the different skins for him, technically.
Yeah, make that its own section.
But yeah, I think the poll question should ask if Kamacuras and Baragon, should they be fused? Fused or not. So.
Which they should, since Millennium King Caesar doesn't have his reflective eye ability.
Right. Yeah, I push more for Kamacuras than Baragon. Yeah, I would really push more for Kamacuras than Baragon. That's if I had, like, I would like both, but if I had to prioritize one over the other, it'd be Kamacuras.
Baragon I could see to some extent because of a different origin, but for Kamacuras, I'd say just merge them already.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They just have one ability.
I get there's an asymmetrical nature to the designs, but, it's still, I think it's fine. It's Showa Kamacuras blending in is about as in character as Manda going on fire. Like, I don't think people are going to have too much of an issue with that.
Which it's not.
It shouldn't be.
Remember, kids, Millennium Baragon breathed fire from Save the Earth. And Unleashed.
Oh, man. But, yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
So why not let them use the Millennium Baragon, but just be specific and tell them they can't use the origin? Just let them use the skin. I don't think they give a shit about the Yamamoto Guardian storyline.
But anyway, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think that is an important question to ask. It's like,
well, fuck you, Joe.
Gosh, Joe. But no, figured, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not going to be asking about the Avas because we don't have that information yet. It's not a matter of it's not a matter of could we, it's can we. We don't know. Again, it's all hypothetical. It is all strictly hypothetical, and that's something we can't really ask until we know for sure. Whereas something like Baragon merging or Kamacuras merging, we can ask because both those are pre-existing. It's like, okay, could we just merge Showa with Heisei, or Showa with Millennium and call it good? It's like, yeah, probably can. But we'll see. We shall see.
Can Megalon turn into Mothra?
No.
Damn.
Series fighters should have priority being added.
I think I prefer the TIE Interceptor class over the regular TIE Fighter series.
I think you should spend. Oh God.
Like, yeah, between Eva, Monster Hunter, and like something else. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I admit, yeah, big note of like which monsters do you prefer? Like TV monsters, scrap monsters.
Oh yeah, that too. We could,
video games.
Readjust on that.
Video game. Yep. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Nah, everyone wants Legendary Kong the most.
Mm-hmm.
After watching him beat Godzilla in a boat, I think we all can agree.
Probably. Right. Yeah, we'll see.
Excited to watch Kong win.
We shall see. If I had to be completely frank, I kind of don't trust it when it comes to obscure monsters, because as we often say around here, or sort of make fun of around here, it's like nobody gives a crap about the lesser monsters. They all want the popular.
Nobody crap about the lesser monsters.
Yeah.
you're not 100% like wrong there in regards to like there is preference. Like people do have like monsters they enjoy more than others, and that's very clear in regards to like which monsters get written for. But I think it's again, it's not a bad thing. It's just people like certain monsters over others.
Yeah. Right. So, but it's just like the Godzilla fandom's not particularly. I can't say accepting all monsters is the best quality of the Godzilla fandom. It's definitely just Godzilla in his.
I would say that's kind of Toho's fault as well because they only want to focus on the same four kaiju.
Same 5 kaiju. Yeah, I agree.
Bro, what are you talking about? 5? Rodan didn't get shit. Hell, they're starting to phase him out with Gigan for merchandising. Because you ever notice that Gigan's been in more merchandising than Rodan?
Oh gosh, yeah, you're
recently. So I think Gigan's gonna replace him in the top 5.
But yeah,
so long, stupid pterodactyl. Make way for the weird chicken.
Oh yeah, come out. Nat asked, did anything come out of that Godzilla the series poll a while back?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? If it's Hanna-Barbera, then
I'll probably make like a distinction. So when I say teen monsters, I'll say like.
Well, he's referring to the old one. The one he had on the forums. He's asking if there was anything that came from that.
I don't think there was. Oh God! Speak.
Godzuki. I want Godzuki. he, after watching Latitude 0, he's the same height as Black Bob.
Yeah. The original one,
what?
anyway.
Yeah, the original version of Black Moth.
Oh, yeah, the original version of Black Moth's really small.
Before Malik gave him the serum that only made her grow by 2 feet. And yet she's at it, so add Godzuki, you cowards.
Yes.
Godzuki's better than Godzilla Jr. anyway.
Yes.
Minya and Godzuki.
Godzuki and Minola.
Listen, if there's anything I'm going to say is also... Yeah, Black Moth does have a... But no, that is...
Fucked up. I
As
died
a monster,
laughing.
you will not see anyone close. Godzuki and Minya can continue to fight in Purgatory, aka they're not getting in the KWC, no matter how much they,
AKA the
no
KWC,
matter how much good they do.
The KWCE is just the metaphor for Purgatory. Don't you know that?
We all know Godzuki's better than those potential Ultra Kaiju.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people
Milla's just better
know
than
Godzuki
everything.
more than Ultra Kaiju. Because Godzuki is awesome.
The sad part is you're probably actually right on that.
Nope, don't give him that. Don't tell him that.
I mean, there are plenty more popular than Godzuki. Anyway.
Also, I don't have to listen to 2 racist people who think The Birth of a Nation is the best movie of all time.
I don't. I've never seen it.
Oh, you hear that, guys? He's trying to deny his racism. Well, it's too late, buddy.
But I've never seen it.
It's too late, buddy.
Also, we're not. Listen. Have you seen Cats? Have you?
No, and why would I?
Oh my God! It was my brother went to go see it with my. So my girlfriend.
Oh, what was it?
And they were my brother, my girlfriend, and her sister all went to go see Cats, and they described it as it was like Vietnam PTSD. They walked down, they were just like, we do not know what we saw, but oh my God, they were just like, they looked like they had died. They looked like they had just they had not survived the encounter. It's like it was a group experience.
Was Fortunate Son playing the whole time?
Probably.
Oh, do you know that Cats was nominated for Best Effects
Yeah.
at the Oscars?
So wait, that got nominated.
Really?
For
It's literally. They announced that the effects were unfinished. Sending like a new version before.
Oh, they dropped the award campaign.
So they nominate that for an award, but they don't nominate King of the Monsters.
Seriously, that's
Even though Godzilla has some good
Kong got it though. Kong got the nomination.
Right,
I think.
right.
Okay, I think what's more impressive for actual daylight. I think that's when we were like, okay.
And this is why you can't take the award shows very seriously.
Nope.
Because they nominate stupid shit like cats.
No, they just have a general distaste of sci-fi. Like
giant
sci-fi.
monsters.
No, like sci-fi in general. Like they never
and
nominate a sci-fi movie. I think Star Wars got a the original Star Wars only got visual effects and that's it. It wasn't even nominated for best picture.
I think it was nominated for.
They've done it for
soundtrack.
Superhero movies and sci-fi movies up until recently. Like the only movie that was even considered was like The Dark Knight wasn't even considered best picture. I don't think on that year. Yeah, I think the only thing a vote was note was Heath Ledger as supporting actor.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, come to think of it, I think the only superhero film that got nominated for any other type of award besides visual was Logan for best adapted screenplay.
Black Panther got a lot of nominations.
Oh, best awesome.
Well,
best
yeah,
movie,
that was
that's
last
right.
year. Because the award hosts were just like under so much criticism of that they were like
pressure.
Yeah, the awards are just a bunch of jokes. That's all it is.
I wouldn't say they're jokes, but you can definitely
they
see
are.
what.
If they put cats for best visual effects, then you know they're a fucking joke.
Oh, and Gemini Man.
Oh, and yeah, Gemini Man is atrocious.
And
looking.
Alita.
Okay, I would argue. Actually, I would disagree with you on that.
Oh,
Alita
boy,
is a
here we go.
very, very stylized, very
No.
beautiful film.
No.
Yes, the eyes. Oh, yes, she has large eyes.
no,
but, like,
He said, "Oh, it was very tasteful."
Alita herself looks good. But everything looks like a Spy Kids movie.
It's because it comes from the director of Spy Kids. That's why.
well, I mean, James Cameron helped with the movie, but yeah.
Oh,
Why didn't James Cameron
he
make it?
actually had time to help. I thought he was working too busy on all 4 Avatar sequels.
You mean the ones
He
that don't
wrote and
exist?
produced it.
Yes.
Oh, they're
He doesn't
definitely
make
coming out,
movies.
kids. Everyone's still excited for Avatar.
You mean the movie that came out 10 years ago?
Yeah, that people somehow
No, I
somehow care
don't.
about.
But out of these movies, like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, teen.
Oh, Rise of Skywalker was kind of crazy.
The Lion King is trash. The Lion King is trash in regards
Oh
to
yeah,
visual effects.
it got cut off, but Terminator Dark Fate is also nominated.
Oh,
I can understand that, kind of. I don't think it did anything.
I understand
spectacular,
the
though.
opening.
oh.
Okay, yeah.
With the
Okay,
de-aging,
I'll
that
buy
looks
that. I'll buy
fantastic.
that. Yeah,
But
the
everything
visual
else
effects.
is just standard.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
When
that's why I see
John
the
Connor
Irishman.
gets terminated.
The Irishman, I would agree because of how they de-age everyone. Because it doesn't look like when they are younger. It just looks like if you took the older version of what they are now and tried to go backtracking. That's how they look like. Yeah, Gemini Man is trash. Cats is trash. Captain Marvel, I would not have voted for it. I thought it had good effects, but I don't think it did anything spectacular.
Oh, here we go
Endgame,
again.
though.
Not only to his racism, but his sexism.
No, I said Alita was good. Avengers is good.
Hey, that's what all the right wingers are saying.
Dick
Alita is
Flex.
the best movie ever made.
There are
Except
moments-
Captain Marvel.
No, there are moments in Avengers where I'm just like, I want that as a wallpaper. Like when Captain America is just like like you see Captain America.
Hey, we're talking about Captain Marvel, not Avengers.
I know, and like the movie, I'm ignoring it. And
do you hear this motherfucker?
This is too entertaining.
Goddamn, what's next?
but no, yeah, the
What's
Avengers
next? Him
Endgame,
rejected Shinji and Eren
amazing.
because of his homophobia.
But no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 that I agree with.
Anyway.
Not bad.
Also,
alright,
Rise of
let's,
Skywalker was
I'm
kind of
probably-
To
cringe.
be fair, it is the short list.
Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna migrate this all to the end just because it's kind of mindless rambling and not focusing on the important things like KWC.
Isn't the whole
fan-
podcast mindless
You're right.
rambling?
We need to focus on the important things, guys.
All right, actually, I do.
Guess what?
I do.
I played Star Wars Fallen. Important things.
We all know
Oh,
Rise of
Jedi Fallen Order.
Skywalker's the weakest of this sequel trilogy.
But no, Kaiju X. Sorry, continue.
No, I want to say, I think because it's the holiday time, Christmas has passed as of this recording. Hopefully, I'll have it up before the new year. I'm pretty sure I will. I guess I want to go over with everyone, and I guess probably get a little bit more personal. You know, it's the last year, and not only the last year, but the last year of the decade. How has the KWC influenced you? Like, you know, history of the KWC, I guess looking back on the KWC and how far it's come in recent times. So,
do you want me to start?
Yeah. Great shot. You could start, and anyone else who can't speak, just type your thoughts, and I'll read it for you.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be quite honest.
To be honest,
we got the KWC quite a number of years ago. I think it was 2016.
2015
is when we got it. Yeah, and it's been a heck of a ride ever since. Yeah, January 2015, so it'll nearly be 5. It's coming up on the 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long time coming. It's been it's been a heck of a ride. I never thought, as someone that read the matches, I never thought I would actually be the person in charge of the entire section.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never would have guessed that if you asked me like 10 years ago what I was going to do. But no, yeah, the KWC definitely shaped. Like in 2011, I remember I got kicked out of my senior prom assembly because the one teacher was a bit of a jerk, and I won't go into the full story, but basically I was kicked out. So I was, for no reason. So I sat in the office on the computer working on match 146. And that was what I was doing in 2011. And then now, we're nearing match. We just patched 275, which is probably one of my favorite matches so far. We got so much upcoming, so many cool things. I got to meet a whole bunch of people along the way. We got to do so many different events with we got to speak with get to work with EJ Sue. I got to meet everyone behind the scenes like Jackson Morris, Christian Salibert, Thomas Fairchild. It's been an incredible experience. I'm very happy for how far not only I but everyone that has put so much time and effort into the site has come. And yeah, I can't wait to see what 2020 holds. Hopefully we don't burn TK to the ground.
I will say this, he completely forgot about meeting D.W. Griffith, his favorite person.
Gosh darn it.
I don't know who that is, and I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, he was a terrible man. Decoder, my son. Say something.
I think
Rise.
Right.
Or at least in
What are
temporary.
we doing?
Oh wait, no,
what are we
he's
talking
here.
about right now?
Yeah. No, go. What? I guess just kind of how do you feel about I guess kind of how you feel about the KWC, how long it's come, your history with it, and so on.
Pretty good so far. Got better at making banners. Also kind of playing games right now with family, so
Okay.
there's also that too.
All right. I'm kind of surprised. I guess you must have press to speak on, because I haven't been hearing anything throughout this whole time.
Yeah, I have push to talk on.
Okay. That explains a lot. So, I guess I'll just say, in a weird way, this is the KWC is probably the best. As far as my writing endeavors go, KWC is probably the best stepping stone I could have ever stepped on. I think because it really has helped me. It's helped me a lot with not only editing matches and looking over people's mistakes, reflecting on my own mistakes, what I did right, what I did wrong. And while there's a lot I would have loved to have changed now, having the skills I possess now, I think it's good that it's I have gotten better. It's good to look back and be like, oh yeah, I have gotten better since I started, and we all just kind of learn along the way. I wish I had learned it sooner so I can help produce, also help produce some of the best quality matches that, I can help make from these matches. But, some things just take a little longer than you hope. And it makes me really happy I became part of it. It's funny because I think this came around, Grayshot just took over from Christian 2015. And I think it was around the end of January I get a notice that's like, hey, Kaiju X, we noticed that you've been like, you're a semi-participant in the KWC. Why don't you be a part? Like, how would you feel being second in command? I was offered that position straight up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Just cutting in real quick. Honest to God, Titano actually, he actually won. Like, that you were in consideration for that. So don't sell yourself short, man.
Oh shoot! Dang.
Who else was in consideration? Or
It was me and Kaiju X, and Christian and Tom, I believe, were discussing which one should go. Which one should have. So basically, who would pull the and do nothing, and who would pull the Christian and do nothing?
If Rise of Skywalker tells us anything, we all know I'm in charge, and you guys are just in a tube like snow.
Got started. But yeah, friggin', I'm glad I wasn't offered the main position. I don't think I would be able to take it up, but having that position under it, like, just being able to get a lot of my experiences and getting the KWCE up, though that was more of MM's like brainchild idea. I kind of molded it more into my own thing. Sure, I wish I could have been more restrained with the monsters, but I think it also helps. I think KWCE has also really helped me explore why just giving everything isn't a good idea either. I think it's really helped me. Like, sure, I'll just continue to add monsters to that ridiculous list, but it's really helped me reflect on quality versus quantity a lot. So I am kind of glad that the KWCE also served as an another tool of experience when it comes to just managing and whatnot. So I am really happy. I am really happy to have been able to learn all that. Like, yeah, take all this as a huge learning experience. It's probably the best learning experience I've ever had. And just, yeah, I am incredibly grateful to be part of this community. This is probably the most fun I've had with any TKer I've ever, that ever interacted with. Like, all y'all, just too much fun to be around. I look forward to these podcasts once a month. And the whole reason I started up this podcast series was so we could get to know each other better, so we can, become more close-knit, because I always believe in, the power of community and whatnot.
Alright, everyone, let's huddle around the mistletoe.
Harley's not here. What are you talking about? No, I'm sorry, Harley. But no, but yeah, friggin' just... Whew. Yeah, this has been a trip. There have been plenty of decisions. There have been plenty of heartbreaks. Farewell, Godzillasaurus. Farewell, Daigoro. Farewell, Goliath. You are like children to me, but now you must go and live out in the world where nobody cares. But yeah, good times. Good times. I would also like... I will also read Nat's thing. He says, I'm very happy to be in this podcast. I've read these things since I was a wee lad, and I'm happy I could finally talk to people about these matches, and I finally wrote one with help. I would have never thought of this at the start of the decade. And I even used some willpower to push my favorite mecha into upcoming slot in the roster. Love you all. Remember, I won't mention about being underage on TK. Anyway, but yeah, like, this has been a trip, a massive learning experience, and it all just kind of comes with time. I really do hope, I do kind of pressure myself. It's like, I want to make this the best it could be, except on the days where I feel lazy. But no, I think everyone's been doing a great job. I think we all really pulled through with this. I think keeping a decently consistent schedule, which, yeah.
Oh, and the blog format. Hey, we can't forget about that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is definitely allowed us to be on a much easier schedule.
Yeah, for sure. The blog format, be able to edit stuff on the spot. I also have to give my thanks to my older brother Josh. He's been every time I go up to him and say, "Hey Josh, I need you to add something to KWC." Anthony and or Grayshot done goofed. But he's also been helping out a lot behind the scenes too. And you know what? There's actually going to be something of an update coming along to the combatant statistics page. Not the main one, but this one. This one particular. It was really difficult. It was a little bit. The coding for this particular page is a little clunky, but the way it's going to be reorganized is going to be more streamlined and easier to fit into. So now we can add more new monsters without it being as clunky. The formatted design of this was just clunky. You had to take one monster. You basically had to rotate everything because it was split across different rows. But hopefully that'll be amended, and we'll be able to see that with the match that's coming up. So,
whoa.
I know it's more technical than anything else, but it is just proof that it's we're working behind the scenes, trying to make this as easy of a process as possible. Make sure it's really clean and tidy, and just overall having fun while doing it. So this has been, this whole thing has been a giant ride and a huge trip, and I definitely appreciate being a part of this all the way. And while I had considered retiring at 1 or 2 points, I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Whoa, you were gonna retire, bro?
Yeah, at one point in time I was, just because I felt like I wasn't being the best I could be. But I think after I got over that hurdle, I feel a lot more confident now about my writing than I ever have. And sure, while there'll definitely be those lulls where it's I don't feel too inspired, it's I'm glad I was able to help contribute to this community. This particular community. I don't count the rest of TK. That can just burn and die.
I still hold the belief we should rebrand TK as the KWC forums.
Yes.
Because the KWC is the only section that matters. Everything else in TK could burn in hell. It's garbage.
And we've actually gone there with Orga in hell, so we know firsthand.
Yes, we do.
I will say, despite your racism, Kaiju Hex, do not be short on your abilities.
Aw, thank you. I will then be sure.
We just need to work on your racism, though.
No. I'll just be more racist and more sexist than ever before.
Damn, bro, that's not progressive.
Beyond.
I don't like your racism. It's not progressive.
And I guess that's the last one here. Joe, how's been your experiences?
Oh, fuck you then.
I'm sorry. That's right. Nagoda went up first, and I was like, oh.
No, that's exactly how we should represent Alex. Who are you again?
Okay, Alex.
Well, at least I'm not racist or sexist.
All right, Alex. What are your experiences?
No, I'll go last.
Okay, fair enough. Joe will probably be shorter anyway. Joe, what are your experiences with the KWC? Your history with it, how you came into it. All the personal stuff, the stuff that rings with you most when it comes to KWC.
Well, I started off as a little piece of shit, and now I think I've grown into a whole shit. But I used to be that person who would go down, see who won in every match. But then I went to reading all the new matches, and now I read
none of them.
Okay, maybe I degraded, but I'm happy that I did end up doing things for the KWC. It improved my writing. And being on this podcast made me feel really good. I always enjoy going on these, whether it's the podcast or the reads. It's always fun. I'm really happy that I started going on these. My posts on TK can be non-existent. And I'm happy that the only thing from my past self that I'm happy with is that I possibly influenced a question in the FAQ. Why does this monster keep losing?
Oh yeah.
Because I remember I made a thread about why Monster X keeps losing.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
I want to forget that, but I'm happy that I influenced the FAQ a little.
Well, I guess the whole saying goes, and the meek inherit the universe. Long are the old gods dead. All bow to the new gods.
Alright. And Alex, I guess kind of like, what's your personal history within, how's it influenced you and so on?
Oh, okay. I remember it was like December of 2014. Everyone was throwing a massive fit, or asking rightfully so, where the hell the KWCs, since there's that one in January, and that was it. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Christian just came out and said that him and Tom were burnt out, and I think a lot of people started panicking. I think Greyshot said he was interested in taking over, as were other people for like verifier positions and whatnot. And I think Greyshot gave him the position. I never knew about Kaiju X being considered. That was probably in private talk, which I assume was.
I assume so.
Yes,
because I don't remember that.
I actually think it was on the forum.
Yeah,
because I know that was like maybe briefly. I know it was stated. I know that for sure.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not remembering that detail. Anyway, I knew Kaiju X was always the editor, or it's that second in command position. That I knew from the very beginning. And I think they were also asking in support for Greyshot being the leader of the KWC, which I remember posting and said, yeah. And I even said, yeah, I'll even be a verifier, because they were also asking for verifier positions. It is me, Kubo, Derzerb, and some other guy. Out of those four, I'm the only verifier remaining from that era, or from that year.
Yep.
And then, since then, it's really been a lot of a fun ride seeing it evolve these past years. Like adding new monsters, seeing all these matches, getting new matches, sending them to Kaiju X. It was really fun. Plus, I remember the days when it was Skype instead of Discord. And there's only, 5 people compared to the 20-some-odd people we have in the server.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I remember slow-ass Skype.
Good time. And all the interviews we had with, like, Matt Frank, Robert Scott Field.
Yeah, really good.
Chris Mowry, who I think was the only one that stood the whole thing beginning to end. But yeah, stuff's great.
And yeah, the few times where I wasn't being a joking asshole because I was actually being respectful to our guests.
Yeah.
But yeah, it actually brought me closer to a lot of people. Like, I know Joe. I think the only person I knew prior to being part of the KWC was Joe. basically we've been friends for like 8 years.
Dang.
I think we started talking to each other on TK around 2011.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, and I think I even recall bringing him into the KWC because I still remember Kaiju. He was your 100th subscriber channel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have not forgotten.
Because I said you wanted to do a stream once you got 100 subscribers.
That never happened.
Which never happened. I messaged Joe.
Stream.
Yeah, that was the only reason why he subscribed. So I bet you pissed him off.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I just don't...
I'm unsubscribing. I'm leaving.
Oh, God. But that's right. Yeah, Joe was my 100th subscriber, and I think I'm going to lose him just because I didn't deliver one, I promised. But no, like, it's been fantastic getting to know you all. Friggin', like,
it really has. It's like, made me really want to collaborate with a lot of you guys, and just brought a lot of good times to me.
Yeah.
Especially the times when I've been feeling depressed at times.
Yeah, it's like, we all...
Yeah, I just have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, and it inspired me to do our own Mystery Science Theater with you guys with the morning reads.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When that evolved into the morning reads, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even though I haven't written a whole lot, I've still collaborated, like the 27 April Fool's Match. That was a lot of fun.
275.
The 275
contributions to
part
that.
I did was fun. Oh, and my 2 Shrek matches.
KWC,
and the one. Yeah, and the KWC that Joe and I still have to write.
Yep.
And the third and fourth Shrek matches I still have to write to complete that storyline. It's been a lot of fun collaborating, and I like the KWC because even though I don't agree with everything, I still like a lot of the restrictions that make you, want to... that you have to think on how you want to write it, which could even produce better results.
Yeah, for sure. Like, sometimes...
Which I know I keep saying this a lot. I still have to get to my anime AU, which I look forward to, because I know I have to work with the restrictions, like with Godzilla City, which is still because it still falls in my idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, the restrictions can be somewhat of a pain, even if it's like a nitpicky restriction. But it's like those are just things just have to be considered. But
heck, I'm actually glad I can't mass produce Jet Jaguar aside from the medic and firefighters for civilian purposes.
Right.
Because it brings to my other idea for a certain other droid, which I'm not going to spoil, but you guys remember that one idea
yes,
I told
I do
you?
remember that. Right. One thing
which I think works better for the story.
Right. One thing can lead to another, and it's like, yeah. Or even like, again, I think is a prominent example of he wants to run with the first idea, but my advice is never run with your first idea. And those restrictions can help. They may seem imposing to creativity on the surface level, but I think deep down it does sort of force you to think around it. It's like, okay, how can I convey the story I want, in a way where it still makes sense given the limitations? It's like, what can I do? What can I not do? And so on. And yeah, like say 185, I think is the best example of having to work within the rules and limits. So it's like, sure.
You mean his one good match?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The one good match he has was a byproduct of limitations because he wanted to do full zombie themed kaiju, but it was like the issue was not the fact that it was like, oh, zombie kaiju would be neat. Problem was nothing in Toho outside of one scrapped movie ever touched zombies. It was like, yeah, we didn't have anything that could really serve as a good basis for zombies. And it was like, why not Matango? Then he was like, I hate Matango.
Man, what a bitch.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. Yeah, he hated Matango, but the more he played with the idea in his head, the more he kind of came to appreciate Matango as the entity. Like, he doesn't like the movie, but I think he has more respect for Matango just because of the story potential it can bring. So yeah, that was a really interesting example of where, editing, like some...
forcing someone to like something.
Kind of,
yes.
Yeah.
Good old imperialism.
Good old imperialism, yeah. But yeah, friggin', And yeah, what we got is probably one of MM's best matches, like, that he's ever produced. So yeah, funny enough.
And to add a few more of my reflections with the KWC, it basically taught me to be, I guess, promote more people's stuff, kind of like be more considerate. Because you guys know I've always been an asshole, but you guys know that when I promote stuff. Like, it was, I think it was a few years ago, Grayshot's idea with making Jackson be the sole banner maker. I was heavily against that because I don't think at the time people like Nagoda and Ditto were just starting to make banners. So it's like I was really promoting them to be more part of that because they made some good stuff. I was pushing for that instead of using the same banner makers.
Yeah. That really helped out because not only do we have a more variety pool of people we can pull from who can reliably make solid banners, even if they're not all perfect, it's like they're still solid, they're still capable.
And yeah, I was pushing for new writers like Joe at the time to go to like his Mechagodzilla Mothra. I was really happy to see him finally get his match there because I thought it would be a great idea.
For sure.
And yeah, even though I don't do a lot of the writing, I still like push for ideas. Like, heck, I even pushed for the hybridization for Ibarra, Amanda, and King Caesar.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Because not only for a combatant thing, but for a banner making perspective.
Right. So yeah, you definitely brought, good ideas to the table and good ideas that will probably last real nicely in the long run. Like whether or not the KWC shifts hands to like a whole different set of a new team or not, we don't know. I don't expect that to happening anytime soon. I expect that Grayshot and I probably last the KWC for the rest of our natural lives.
Oh god.
And I'm also just generally happy to be the muse, like with Kaiju X and Harley. Always share their stories with me because they know I would give them an idea.
Right. And plus, Alex is also in a good position because sometimes I feed him little nuggets of information. It's like, oh, hey, we got this thing coming up. How do you feel about it? So, it's always good to talk with, like, either Alex or Harley and just be like, oh, yeah, remember this, remember that, or, what about this, what about that? How do you guys feel about that? Getting some nice perspective.
At least I'm not Birdman who spills the beans on this thread. And lastly, it brought me closer to a few people. Like Joe, who's my bro. He's my brother. Kaiju X is my best friend. And Nagoda's my son.
Legally.
What about me?
You're like the neighbor that I occasionally talk to before heading out to work. Nathis, you're like the kid I kind of mentor in those action movies.
I
don't know you too well.
He's the new
like
neighborhood kid. Nathis is the new neighborhood.
Okay.
You're gonna be it's gonna be like that new Top Gun movie. I'm Maverick and you're Goose's son.
Yeah, this has been one heck of an adventure. Oh boy.
Okay, so
great shot. You're cool. I like it, even though I give you a lot of shit.
Haha. Thank you. Same with you.
No, that's all you're getting.
Don't worry, it's already recorded for the rest of history to follow. So, just like those other times where he also admitted that he kind of likes you in that way, not in that way, but the other way.
Yeah. So, aside from 164, I have said your matches are good.
All right.
Go on, my son.
Yeah, with that said, Nagoda do give you a more in-depth thoughts of experience with the KWC and all that.
Okay, so I grew up in the countryside where the internet is just not available. So the times I did get internet, I usually would look up like Godzilla stuff, and then through that I somehow ended up on the KWC, and I would just copy those things down onto like Word documents for when the internet stopped working again for a couple months and stuff, just so I can have something to read while in like doing nothing in the countryside, I guess. And I just remember like really enjoying these like monster battles that I've never heard of before. Like Baggin, what the heck's a Baggin? How is it killing all of these monsters at once? And then like later on, like I wanted to actually do something with that stuff. So like I attempted to like high school. I finally had like internet, so I tried to write matches, see how it would work. Found out I was really bad at writing and just did fan fictions instead for a while until I got better at writing. And then I took I really liked all the banners and stuff on there. So there was a class, like a graphic design class that was available. So I decided I might as well take this so I can learn how to make cool banners like on the KWC. And now because of that, I got really into graphic design and stuff. So I have the KWC to thank for that. And now
So basically, you're welcome.
Yes. So now I guess I'm just mostly here for banners and writing now.
Nice.
Hey guys,
Yep.
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of you close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you guys see?
I'm afraid.
Nothing.
The light of my computer.
Joe's right. Nothing. Because the KWC would be nothing without you guys.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
I'm so glad I didn't give my true answer, because anytime I think of... It reminds me of the stupid card that I think somebody got for, like, my dad last year. It was just basically, like, you know, something, chicken butt. And so that's the first thing that came to my mind when you said close your eyes. What do you see? Chicken butt. Oh, that's really nice though. Oh, yeah, I don't think the KWC would be anything without us. And you know, let's give credit where credit's due. We wouldn't have anything to really work off of if it had been for the work of Christian and Tom. Like, you know, like their stuff are...
Even though I do give them shit, I still
Right.
think they did a wonderful part.
Right. They were...
Or did a wonderful thing.
Right, Tom, Christian, Anthony, like, are all crucial for the building blocks of this foundation, which we could elaborate on. And
Oh yeah, one more thing. Oh yeah, if it wasn't for somehow finding like the KWCCs on YouTube, it got recommended to me. I was like, wait, what is this? And so I started listening to those, and because of those, I got more into like the writing and banner making stuff for the KWC. So I have you guys to thank for this too.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because I used to help out with my family with janitorial services. It's really boring there.
Yeah.
So I would just go on YouTube and listen to like KWCCs and committee read stuff.
Aww.
Yeah, I actually remember it. I think it was like 2016. Nagoda commented on one of our reads videos. He says, I love it when Alex does his headcanon stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think that was me.
Yeah, that's right. Holy crap.
Although I will say I found it weird Nagoda had 2 accounts and he was using them both. Yeah, I think one was Nagoda and the other was Dao Zhang Moa.
Right.
Yeah. I have one signed on my phone, one on my laptop and stuff.
Oh man, but yeah, friggin' this whole thing's been a trip. Everything here has been just what a ride the KWC's been for all of us. You don't really think about it until you really go over that. It's like 5 years. I'm gonna say 5 years because next month is basically the 5th year, so it's like whatever.
And you know what's great?
Yeah, basically.
What?
Whether you like them or not, I don't think this occurred with Tom and Christian's era too much, but we got 5 Godzilla movies. Technically 6 if you want to incorporate the 2014 stuff.
Yeah.
So what you're
put a lot of
saying
stuff.
is we inspired We are the cause of the movies. That's why we're here. It's because of us.
No, I'm just saying we got new material to work with
to
constantly improve the KWC with these new ideas.
Damn it! I'm trying to be narcissistic here. You're ruining it for me.
And heck, as much as I hate it, we're getting. I mean, even Evangelion and all that stuff. That's pretty cool.
Right now,
we're constantly getting new stuff, which is awesome.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's friggin'. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we came in at the right time where, like, there's the old rule, the foundations of the rules are shifted because, like, we're getting new material. It's like, oh, Ultra movies being redistributed by Toho, which could access certain Ultra characters that, people may have been asking for. Like Alex may not be too huge on it. He may always exaggerate his persona of Ultraman. I hate it, but
personally, I'd say go for it if it brings you new ideas to make interesting stories.
Yeah, absolutely. There are the options are I swear options are never going to run out. Whereas back in Tom and Christian's day, there was only so much you could really work off of. Sure. It's all fine and good when things are stable during that empty period of nothing. Like, the best we had, I think the best we really had were probably Godzilla Unleashed and the IDW comics to tide us over. Yeah, I would say, GU, IDW comics, and KWCs are probably the three things that may have held people tied over during that empty point of no Godzilla movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, this has been, nothing short of a trip. And the fact that Tyler and I get an opportunity to play around with new materials, going back, having to reinvent the rules to accommodate all this, it's all really interesting. It's an interesting challenge. It's a really interesting challenge. And, yeah. Yeah, so, it just presents more possibilities that we can do in the future and just kind of go off of that. That's great. That's awesome. That we get new material to work with and, how to interpret that material into whatever. It's a crazy time to be in for the KWC. This is definitely going to be a new KWC high for a long, long time. Whew.
And we get representation from all the movies. The legendary Kaiju Shin and Mecha Godzilla City, to some extent.
Hooray! So, but yeah, that stuff is... Whew. I look forward to writing more, and I really hope I get more time to write more, because I want to. So, yeah, oh, gosh. Oh... sure, we have to be restrictive with some things just because there's so much new stuff being thrown at us. But friggin', stuff's great. Stuff is great. I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Anyway. Whew. I think with all that...
I think we've gotten a full retrospective there. I can't think of...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this...
I definitely can't say anything more nicer.
Hey guys, remember that one time Grayshot showed us that gay porn and he said, I thought it was very tasty.
Gosh darn it.
He sent it to us because one of the people looks like him. And he goes, I thought it was very tasteful. and even to this day, he still regrets
I'm still haunted by that when I said yes.
Oh gosh.
Well, you shouldn't have showed it to us then.
It's tasteful.
Somebody sent it to me, okay? It's not my fault.
Then why'd you send it to us?
Because I needed someone else to get scarred.
Because he loves us.
No, we were just laughing at it.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Alright. So with that said, I think this can conclude the KWCC for tonight. We are definitely well over the usual 2-hour time limit, though I'm not too picky about that. And I really hope to have all this up and done by tomorrow, so that way it can be in time for the New Year's. In the meantime, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and really, Happy New Year. 2020 has a lot of exciting material, not just for KWC, but, the greater Kaiju stuff. Godzilla vs. Kong. We got, more anime stuff coming out, and just, what a time, man. What a time. So, until then, see you on the flip side. Yeah, see you on the flip side. Hope Gamera makes a big resurgence into the 2020s.
Is that a rumor?
I haven't heard anything. That's just a hope.
Okay, yeah. It's a hope for
like
me
Luke
as well.
Skywalker said, no one's ever really.
But see you guys on the flip side to not only a new year, but a new decade that'll follow. So, until then.
Sounds good.
Take care, everyone. See you later.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Blast.
Later, guys.
Later.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Fuck you!
Background.
I'm recording now.
Oh, really? Oh. I probably is going to go quiet in a bit. And I just wanted to see if you can hear anything in the background.
Not really, no.
Oh, good. There's a pinning in the background.
Yeah, I'm surprisingly not hearing anything. Hey!
Bro.
It's Fat Bacon.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hey.
What are you guys up to?
Sitting around, waiting on people to gather, even though we're supposed to hop on in 10 minutes, but fudge it. Still till 7 o'clock, so knowing our luck, Joe!
No.
Oh.
Joe Mama.
Oh. Alex is like, no, wait. Even though we're all piling up in here.
No, wait. I hope my death makes more sense than my life.
Bobby Hill kicks Cell in the balls. Anyway. Oh, gosh.
Okay, why are we suffering?
I don't know. Birdman said so.
Because we live in a society.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Oh,
sure.
fuck. Sometimes it really do be like that.
Sometimes do.
Alright. So, how's everyone going?
Good.
Pretty alright.
Alright. Let me see. What was the last thing we... Because I think we went over the 2 KWCEs. I believe we did.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
shit.
did last time.
Yeah, 59. Yeah, 59.
I forgot to read the KWCs.
Dang it, Joe.
I was
This is
gonna
new how?
read the new one.
Well, hurry,
Read it
quick.
now.
The new one's actually not that long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a
That's what
small,
she said.
enjoyable little romp.
I like that it rhymes.
While writing it, I thought it was kind of like a book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Wait, were you the one that helped write it?
Yeah.
Oh,
helped write it.
crap. I didn't realize you were beep.
Gosh darn it, Kaiju X.
Alright, awesome. Yeah, I only helped with some just minor editing, if even that. Harley did too, but she kind of went uncredited on accident. Whoops.
Damn.
Boom, 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 boom,
Well,
boom.
Kaiju X,
Yeah.
you're being sexist.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
You didn't credit Harley, you fucking sexist.
How could I? I'm a horrible friend.
You know what that means, boys. We have to ruin his entire career.
Oh, no.
About to ruin this man's whole career.
We really are.
Alex, KWC is sexist.
What else is new?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was racist too.
Is he bringing up Black Ultramans again?
Oh, I think we just
Did
got
I just hear something thoughts to me? Bruh.
All right. Yeah, now we got a big enough pile. Of course, don't expect Gray Shot to be around because we're just kind of starting on earlier than normal.
He'll come in about an hour, as usual.
Yep, he always comes. He comes at more like the 6 o'clock area than the 5 o'clock venture.
KWCs?
Yeah.
I just realized how.
Stop saying "come" around my child.
Wait, what?
Bruh.
Gosh darn
FBI, open up.
Great, I'm getting arrested for a whole bunch of things now. Alright.
Search his computer.
Oh, no. No,
FBI,
please don't.
open up.
Stop! You have violated the law.
Anything you say
fine
will
or
be
suffer
used
the
against you.
consequences. I'm gonna be listening in, but I'm not gonna be able to talk. I have some company over.
Gotcha, man.
Damn.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
Damn. Wait,
We're
you're
the only
right.
company you need.
Yeah.
I don't know. My homeboy is playing Call of Cthulhu right now.
Well, let him join.
Oh, no.
Yo, Sam.
Alright. Yeah, I think we only have like 4 KWCs to cover.
Fuck.
I mean, there are no KWCEs this time around. Not until February. So.
Goes on. What a join.
So,
Man, I can't wait to talk. Listen to you guys talk about how KWC fucking dies.
I thought that was the previous one. Pretty confident we talked
So
about
are we gonna have to rhyme throughout this whole entire thing to fit with the new match?
That would be challenging.
Yes.
Oh gosh, no. We don't need to rhyme for that last one. Oh man,
Yes, we do.
My brain will not work for rhyming. It never has.
Here's the
Don't
thing.
talk.
All of us are white, so we can't rap.
Oh, okay.
Oh damn.
Oh, rap. I thought you said rhyme. That'll probably be more
can do
for
both.
the committee reads version of 280. We'll see.
Again, we're not black. We can't rap.
Damn.
We can't dance either.
We can't even fucking jump.
Who do you expect this to be? Vanilla Ice?
Wait a
I
minute.
don't know.
If Mario is called Jumpman, but he's white, how can he jump?
I don't know. You guys are pretty fly for white guys.
Wait, hold on. Are we recording?
Yes.
Perfect.
No.
I've been recording for the last 10 minutes.
Bro, what? I thought we were just
Yeah,
waiting.
but what have you been recording exactly?
Oh yeah, fuck.
Pretty much ever since I hopped on, so everything that's been going on.
But son, none of us are black, though. That's what matters.
Your profile is.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, we got Nat joining us today as well.
Okay.
Alright, this is gonna be fun. Alright, let's begin this sucker proper. Hello everyone and welcome again. What? Gosh darn it!
Am I something missing?
Listen, we're black on the inside.
But you black where it matters.
So you're saying he's basically saying we can all do blackface. You racist son of a fucking bitch.
All right, boys, grab the pitchforks and torches. We're gonna burn down the racist house.
KWCs, I want you to kick Birdman out for Not being progressive.
Don't you be passive aggressive.
This is worse than Greyshot's friend. Blowjob.
I'm sending you to prison for that pun.
Alright.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to buy Nagoda a new Switch, because it seems like I've angered him.
Damn.
Pasta aggressive.
Pasta aggressive.
If we're white on the outside and black on the inside, then I guess we are all pandas. That's a good Nagoda. That's a very good Nagoda.
You're dead.
He's not a fucking dog.
What am I going to do to you? He's just chilling in the corner.
All right. Anyway, let's begin this proper. All right.